Thank you for watching. It's now time for us to go home, so thank you for watching Granada TV tonight. Make sure to turn off your set. We'll hand you over now to either Radio City or Piccadilly Radio. Once again, from all the staff here at Granada, good night. It's not the same without the close down music.
It'd be good if one week none of us had cameras, then,
We'll just do a radio podcast. And they could just listen. People could then join in while they're driving along.
Yeah.
They could listen to us. They wouldn't be distracted by the TV screen.
I'm expecting the complaints to come in now that we're back on camera.
Yeah, you get to see me in 3 dimensions now. It's never good.
Well, good evening. Welcome back, Foxx. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
Foxx.
Good to be back. Foxx it was a lot less hassle last week having no camera because I could wear my gym jams and just have like plates of kebabs lying around and all kinds of good stuff.
Now this week you've got your pajama bottoms on, your eModels t-shirt and your hat. So
we're hoping he's got his pajama bottoms on.
Yes. No, I've got my jeans on. I'm fully dressed with clothes and everything.
Good. Yes. Well, nice to see you back anyway. Whether some people might have got used to the idea from last week, we'll find that out as the evening goes on. But yeah. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome once again. It's Monday night. It's Monday night for the eModels live stream. That's eModels at eModels.co.uk. There's Foxx, Chris, Ted, and I. To present to you this week for whatever may happen and all the rest of it.
I thought you were about to break into the 8.5 Hot Mums theme then. Here to entertain you.
Bing bong.
Chris, Ted, Foxx and I.
That's usually the starting the opening credits sort of set the scene for the way the evening's going to go. Good. Yeah.
That gag at the start. I have actually got the Granada close down music, but we couldn't have used it for copyright. But it would have been sweet if I'd done it.
You could have just hummed it.
Yeah, we'll have to make our own. If there's any budding music writers out there, apart from Foxx, that would want to compose us an eModels live stream music, please send it along.
If you can make it about 45 minutes long, so we can play it at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, that gives us time to go off and get coffee and stuff and have a brew.
Yeah, that's it. We could have an interlude. We'll have halfway along. We'll have a toilet break and an interlude and things like that. So we can play. So seriously, if anybody's got any music ideas that can send us, not copyright, well, we might listen to them. Yeah. So good evening, everybody. Anyway, welcome Monday night. These guys down here, Foxx and Chris and Foxx. His video. Don't forget, you can send any questions or comments or ideas to things that you want to talk about to Ted at eModels.co.uk, and we'll read them out. Things like that.
If my usual spiel, if you're watching this anywhere other than on the YouTubes and you can't see the live chat, we'll do sticker giveaways and stuff later on, so you want to be in the live chat. So make sure to click on the little YouTube icon that's down here in the corner somewhere, and that'll take you to the eModels YouTube page where you can see the live chat and join in. And if you want to ask a question, put your question in big fat capital letters in chat so we have a chance to see it. You can, if you want to, click the little super chat icon, which is the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That puts your question or comment in a big coloured box. Or you can, if you've not got access to chat, you can just mail a question through to Ted at Ted's email, which is ted@emodels.co.uk. You can mail us questions, stuff to talk about. If you've got something to do as a shout out in the stream, if you've got an event or a wedding or a birthday or something you want us to give a shout out for, send an email there. And when we do stickers later on, if you want to get a guaranteed sticker, just send us a question and answer to use in the giveaway section, and if we use your question and answer, you'll get a sticker. Just
as long as you put your address
in the email. And if you're Dave, make sure to include the question and the answer.
Yeah, I'm just trying to type the address into the chat.
It hasn't come up. Have you typed it wrong?
No, it hasn't come up.
Have you sent it somewhere else?
Shall I put it in?
No, because what you have to do is actually click in the box and then type, which I never I never remember to do. So I've done loads of typing, and then I realised I haven't clicked in the box.
Yeah, the trouble is if you haven't clicked in the box and you do all the typing, it might activate some hotkeys that might close down other windows and open other things up.
It does.
Mama Fox is shouting at me because I forgot to get Odo out.
Get your puffin out for
There
the
you go,
boys.
I've got Odo out now.
What?
Now I have to warn everybody, I'm feeling a bit poorly sick today, so I may have to suddenly vacate for 5 minutes. If my camera goes off suddenly, I've had to leave the room momentarily.
Now, so the truth is coming out about what happened last week then?
No, that was Duff camera, this is just Duff gut. Tonight is just Duff belly.
Oh, is everyone? I'll have to type it in as well then.
Who is in tonight anyway, Chris?
Chris is...
There we go. Everyone's. I'm here. Everyone else is here as well. Lots of people are here. The first I see in is Sergeant Bones. He's in. He said
Yeah,
that there was
Sergeant
119 minutes left, and then he says there's 105 minutes left. He's bored, and then 101 minutes says Lynn.
That's because he's an hour ahead of us, you see.
Is that why? Because he was 2 hours ahead of us then, so that means he was here 3 hours ago. I don't know.
And then we never saw him again after that.
Nope, never seen him. I don't know where he is.
Who knows where he's gone?
One of our mods' dad was in quite early as well. That's Mike Mountley. Sergeant Bones, Lynn, and Dad were talking amongst themselves. Christopher Coombs, Red Len, and Michael Jackerman was in early. That's not normal. He's not normally in early. Phil Kett, Digger Evans, Paul de Tomato. Names I've already said. Talking amongst themselves. Me, I'm in. Yeah. Fester's in. Colin at Fester's 67's workshop.
Yeah, fair Colin,
Another
and Dad
mod.
are your mods for tonight, so look after them and they'll look after you.
Lord Barkley III is in. Mr. Shouty09 says evening all. I don't recognise that name before, so evening Mr. Shouty.
So we know there were at least 8 other Mr. Shouties before him.
Exactly, yes. It's terrible when you put in, you're trying to make up your name and it comes up and you can have 1837. It's like, there can't be that many people with that. No. Yeah, and some other people. Zasta's in. Adam Clark, Luke, Wayne, Sprugu, Rusting Customs Models, LD, and anybody else I've missed. Carl, Uniroy. There's another name that I haven't seen before. Yeah, I haven't been reading what you've been writing. I've just been looking at the names. So I'm
yeah, there's a few new names. Robert Yow's a new name. Welcome.
Sonia, I didn't even see it.
Yeah. Alex Thorpe. I don't think that's a new name. I think we've seen Alex before.
I've definitely seen Alex Thorpe before. Not that he's not welcome, of course, but you know.
Don't see him often in chat. Adi Maff is a name we've not seen often, but he's been in chat before.
Yeah. Remember, if you are new in here, don't forget next time you come along, bring a friend.
Lorna Hodgkinson, welcome. Not seen your name in chat before. eModels is in. Well done. Ted, you put a comma in your email address.
Is it a comma?
Yeah,
Did you do it
put a
wrong?
comma in there.
It won't work like that.
Sorry, the comma's next to the full stop.
That's where they keep it.
Oh, Mr. Shouty is formerly Brian Windmill.
Oh,
we don't
right.
get to see Brian Windmill in the chat anymore.
Oh no.
Sadness.
It's not going to be the same. It's not a double act anymore.
What if
the shame.
Dave Cardboard changes his profile name as well?
Well, if,
Cardboard and Windmill.
he could change it to Mr. Quiet, then it would be okay.
That's true.
Mr. Shouty and Mr. Whisper.
You could have
We
Quiet
need,
and
our, we
Shouty.
need our like 1970s British cop duo, Windmill and Cardboard and Windmill. Lee Barlow's in. Alex Thorpe, Dennis Hack, a new name. Welcome, Dennis. RTV Bell, greetings.
Everett Henderson says, good evening from a not so sunny Florida.
And Dave Cardboard says he's still here.
Yay! A few people have asked, what's that tank behind me? It's the Redfield Models Panzer Alf G, which I was going to build as my next eModels build. However, since they're now going to be getting the perfect grade Millennium Falcon, I'm going to have that sent to me instead, and that will be going back to eModels. Because I'd much rather build the perfect grade Millennium Falcon than a tank.
So when it goes back, we'll let you know, and there'll be one more on the shelf that you could buy.
Yes.
Pay no attention to the tank in the cabinet.
Yes.
Yeah, I did put a sticker or a cloth over it. So
Yeah,
nobody
when
sees
it goes back, if you order it, you might order the one that Foxx has had in his very possession.
Yeah,
Maybe what I'll do is I'll sign on the inside of the lid. What do you reckon?
Yeah, put a sticker in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little secret surprise, and then Yeah, yeah. You can put the live stream address, the time, and the Monday night, and then if you're the winner, if you've got the golden ticket, come on and let us know.
What I'll do is I'll sign the inside of the box, but I won't sign it as me. I'll sign it as something random, like I'll sign it as the loneliest whale in the world, 52 hertz or something like that. I'll just do some weird random signature that you won't know.
Yeah, but then
Nobody
someone's
gets that
going to buy it
reference.
and complain that it's shop soiled and want a discount.
Yeah, some writing inside the box. It's not acceptable.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves a moment, just while I answer a Skype message.
Yes. Do.
Butcher That Model's got an evening all. Let's play a game in chat. How old is Fox going to be this week?
Oh yes, yeah. There's a shout out.
There's a shout out that we didn't know about. Yeah,
Shout out for Fox. Yeah. Would you care to do your own shout out, Fox?
I can't do my own, and I can't sing it to myself either, so I just have to sit here and bask in your adulation, I'm afraid.
I don't, when is it Thursday or Friday or something?
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
My
I
birthday,
suppose.
so.
It's Wednesday. Wednesday's Fox going to be 21 or 333
Or
ish.
somewhere in between.
48, 43, 44, 48, 46,
Yeah.
48, 46,
Tonight,
45.
tonight
Just
for a
raised a good
sticker.
question. I don't actually know how old I am.
What? Somebody asked a sticker question already.
No,
That's all
so
right.
they were asked how old Fox is going to be on his birthday.
The first person to get it right then gets a sticker, and the first person to get it right was Phil Kett at 47, so there you go. Phil Kett gets a sticker.
You had to work it out though, didn't you?
I'd have to think, I was sitting there going, no. Yes. Phil, send us an email with your name and address, and we'll send you a sticker. Obviously say that you want a sticker.
I noticed everybody was being sort of about right, apart
Yeah.
from someone that said 333.
I know.
But
Michael
a lot of
Jacob
people
has a sound shout out saying it's his birthday on Saturday.
what is or was?
Will be.
No.
It's my birthday Saturday, he says. So seeing as you're not going to sing happy birthday for me, you could at least sing it for Michael. It's not his birthday yet.
No, well, you'd have to sing it as well, because
that's
that's
true.
just a bit strange.
So we'll have to sing.
Lorna must be nice. She says you don't look that old, Fox.
Yeah, I look at least 60.
Yeah, they're going to say I look
Yeah.
much older than that.
Thank you very much, Lorna.
Sproogloo says we should cut Fox's leg off and count the rings.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Do you want to do that?
Yes. So, is there going to be any celebrations or birthday cake or jelly and trifle and things like that on Wednesday?
I've got one of my friends is coming around for some takeout food, which is nice. Noodle food.
Are they
probably
bringing
a
it
few-
with
a few
them,
frosty
or-
beverages.
Are they bringing it with them, or you got to get it yourself?
No, we'll get takeout. Get it delivered.
Yeah.
There's all our local pubs closed, so I can't be bothered going anywhere. So we'll just get some beverages, go in and some takeout food, and have a good old relaxed time.
What, have they closed because it's your birthday?
No, they're closed because they're all terrible.
They've got it on a calendar.
After what happened last year, we're not going to open that day.
Yeah, they're closed, but only to certain people. No, it's just all the ones around me. They're either terrible pubs or they're closed because they were terrible. So, I
Did
can't-
you get a package from me today?
I received a package.
A package. There's another package
I have
coming
a number
tomorrow,
of
apparently.
Apparently, I have quite a number of packages on the way to me. I don't know what's in any of. Well, one of them I do.
It's one of them smiley boxes.
Dad says 24-hour ration pack, Fox. Yes, I did buy about 2.5 years ago a British Army 24-hour ration pack with the intention that me and Tony would film eating all the stuff in it as a test. We never did, so I've still got a 24-hour ration pack box.
I think Tony ate it.
No, Tony ate his.
Yeah, he did. He just ate it.
Yeah, he ate his. I haven't eaten mine yet.
Has it gone out of date yet?
No, it's army food. It'll last forever.
Does it have a date on it?
Yeah, the end of time.
Is it 1836?
It just says, please eat before, and that's it.
Yeah, it's army food marked ye olde beans.
For those of you who've been in the British Army, I actually got it because I wanted to try Screech. It didn't have Screech in it. It just had some blackcurrant nonsense, so I still don't know what Screech tastes like.
Adam Clark says that Rat Pack will still be good until the year dot.
Luke Lozer says, Fox, birthdays are good for your health. The more you have, the longer you live. I like that logic.
Oh, that's a good thought. Yeah.
Deliveroo, says Sproogu. Yeah, I never tried Deliveroo.
It's just a man on a bike, isn't
Luckily, when I say takeout, it's really just we'll walk around the corner to my favourite kebab shop in the world and buy all the kebabs.
I just nipped out to town this evening, actually, just before we came. Sort of started setting up for the live stream. I had to nip to town for something. Walked past a few kebab shops. And I was wondering, should I have a kebab for my tea, or no? I'll be lowering myself to Fox's standards.
Don't eat chips. Ted.
No
Don't
need to
eat
do
chips.
that.
Little bit of chili sauce, little bit of the mint sauce.
Mint sauce.
Yeah, just a little bit, just to give it some sweetness, along with the chili sauce. My local kebab shop around the corner does the nicest chips. They're very nice.
Yeah, we're certainly on a subject of food again, which is bring us to one of the questions that we got tonight. Was if you were if you were going out, or if you're going out for the day, or you're going to work, and would you buy food when you're out, or would you make a pack up?
Where did that question come from, Ted?
Me. I emailed myself a question so I wouldn't forget.
So if you're going out, would you take a packed lunch, or would you buy food at the place?
I'd buy food at the place.
If I was going out for a meal, I'd take a packed lunch.
Yeah.
But say we're going to, I don't know, well, if you're going to work or going to the football match or whatever, is it a pie and peas when you're out? Do you take a pack up? What?
I'm far too lazy to actually make food in advance. I just go into a building and say, please give me food in exchange for these coins. It's much easier.
But if you're making a pack up, what would go in it? What would go in your pack up? So well, I would think sausage rolls, packet of crisps. Must be a cake in there somewhere. And what would
Big
go
fan
on
of
the
sausage rolls, sandwiches. I'd have the sangers going, but I don't know what I'd have on them. It'd be something and crisps.
Well, you'd have to put the crisps in the sandwiches, as we already discussed.
Yeah, I'd have cheese and onion crisps in the sandwich, and then obviously separate crisps in the box, and then a Kit Kat. Could be a Kit Kat. And if it was 1984 again or 85, I'd have a United biscuit, but you can't get them anymore.
Or a wagon wheel.
You're not getting United anymore. No.
Scale Model Muse says just had shrimp, fried rice, and work is at 5.
Oh.
Or having your big fat food before you go to work.
Ed Maff said he'd have sandwiches and a tin of pineapples.
Pineapple's good.
Yeah. Do you put pineapple on pizza?
No.
Yeah.
I do, because it's normal.
Yeah, pineapple on pizza is that's a real pan. Yeah, it's a real pizza.
Question for you, Ted.
I was going to say, Robert Yarrow's got a question for you. Yep.
You go ahead, Chris. You can read it if you want.
Does Ted know? I'll read. No.
I haven't said the question yet.
What the best face skin colour set there is? He's trying to plan his model figure. Thanks.
Right. Yeah. Right. I've been using. I don't want to stand on the chair because it's up there.
No, don't stand on the chair.
Yeah, I've been using the Life Colour Flesh Colour set, which I shall attempt.
No.
Standing on the chair.
No.
Yeah, Pete, I think Pete is online somewhere. I think Pete's watching us tonight, so I'm going to ask him for danger money while I attempt.
Health and safety would be move the camera up a little bit.
Yeah, I've got the Life Colour Flesh Tone set.
He's going to get on the chair. Don't get on
I'm
the chair.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm going to stand on the chair. Hang on.
Oh, he's not standing on the chair. He's all right. He's standing on the floor. Although he can't hear us
There
now.
goes his headphones.
Flesh paint. That's it. Flesh paint. Yeah, that's what I've been doing all mine with. And it's brilliant because it's nice thin paint, really fine pigments. It comes in a set of 6 from your flesh light, flesh base, flesh shadows and such. And yeah, goes together brilliantly. Unlike some other sets that are available, you don't get sort of an instruction sheet in them telling you which way to go around putting them on, but there's plenty of information on YouTube how to do flesh tones and things like that. So yeah, that's what I do, and I use it with a wet palette as well. Do the paints from there, blend them all on the palette and apply your paints from there, and I can do anything. I've done the 1/48 scale submarine crew in them, which hopefully you'll see in the next week or two, because I've done the lighting and everything's set up for videoing again, and I'll be doing these guys. Where's the camera? These guys. So I'll do them. Can't see it because of the light.
Very. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Military miniatures. Yeah, that's the one with the picture on the box with one of them really huge in the background.
Yeah, the two huge guys,
and
huge guys, and 3 small guys.
Is one of them pointing?
No, not yet.
No, there's no officers in that box.
No officers in there. Also, just to follow up on the face thing. Also depends what scale figure you're painting. If you're painting a really small scale figure, like a massive bust or something like that, then you may even want to branch into using some oil paints. If you just use normal acrylics, then a wet palette is a must, especially for flesh, where you want to do soft blends and glazes and things like that. Have a look at how to paint glazes. It's not like a shiny glaze, it's a different kind of thing. It's just using very thin paint to build up colour. To get good, fades for skin tones. But if you're doing a really small scale figure, so a big like bust, like 1/6 scale or 1/4 scale or something like that, then you might want to look into some oil paints, because you can wet blend them on the figure and they'll stay workable for a long time. So a lot of people that paint those kind of size faces often use oil paints.
Yeah, I've got this guy to paint. It's I can't remember his name now. It's slipped out. The name's gone off the top of my head. It's a guy that formed the SAS. You guys will tell me in a minute. Remind me who he is.
I will. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. It's just got straight.
It's going to be a posh name, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's going to be a.
It's not actually. It's
Very like Nobby Dingle or something. One of those World War II British.
But yeah, I'm
not posh
planning
names.
to do, when I get some oil paints. I've asked Father Christmas for some Sterling. That's it, John Sterling.
See?
John Sterling. Sterling.
Posh name.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Captain Nobby Dinglebert.
Yeah, I've asked Father Christmas for some flesh oil paints from eModels for Christmas, so hopefully I can get started and I'll give him a paint. Yeah.
Ted, do you want to just turn your microphone up a little bit on the back? Because you're a little bit quiet.
I'll try it. I'll move it forward. I'll move it closer.
Oh, my dear.
Either turn it up or move your head closer to the microphone.
How's that? Any better?
It's a bit better. You're just a little bit quiet, so I don't know if everybody could hear you. Spoogly Addict says happy birthday to me. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get them singing happy birthday to you in the chat, but I don't think they understood. They had to type it. I think they're all just sitting there singing.
Yeah. Whilst Colin was saying, somebody said they're waiting for Smoot to turn up, and Colin said no chance, he's hibernating.
Yeah,
So you won't
so
see
it
him
might
till,
be
like,
out
Friday
on
or
Friday
Thursday,
apparently. Yeah.
Yes. Zadster says paint them in the style of a 1970s K's catalogue. Is that so they're all standing like that? But with flares.
They're all faded. Yeah.
Actually, what you need to do is have them like that, but then have a little black square on each piece of clothing with a number on it, like 5, 6, 4. So you can, like on the catalogue, you go through and look at all the different items. Little black square with a white number in the middle.
Yeah.
That's my catalogue pose.
Orange bell-bottom trousers, £4.50.
Yeah,
Size.
1970s K's catalogue. Wow. Lynn Dipple's in. Heidi Peeps, Fox, you're back. Smiley, smiley. Hi, Vampy Sprue, Colin, Dad, and everyone. Canadian flesh tone, right, Chris? Says Aviad.
Yeah, eModels don't sell that. I'm not mentioning that.
Yeah, I would tell you my favourite colours to paint skin with, but eModels don't sell them, so there's no point.
They might in the future.
Might in the future. I whinge at them. I pester Pete as much as I can. They might do one day. Let's have a look what's happening in...
Jamie Bone says, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Foxy, happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, Jamie.
Many more.
And Scale Model Muse does it in her best Marilyn Monroe voice.
Oh, hello.
Oh, no, that's just not right. That's just
No,
not
neither
right.
of us are going to do that. That's
Nah.
no.
I don't think... I like my birthdays to go without mental scarring, so... Earl D says, happy birthday to Fox. You know what's in the box? Some sweets or chili crickets. Happy birthday to Fox. I have got, apparently, a few people are sending me things, but I don't know what. Apart from one thing, I don't know what any of them are, so... Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's my birthday next week as well.
Is it?
Yeah. And Chris's.
And mine as well, yeah. And mine's the week after as well.
Yeah,
Well, you two have actually got a birthday on the same day as me, apparently.
No, it's a bit late for the birthdays this week. Next week will be mine and Ted's birthday.
That's
Yeah.
right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to give people plenty of warning just to get something catch the post. Yeah, don't forget, you need to send them off soon for your Christmas posting.
Yeah, do say thank you to everybody who's wishing me happy birthday, though.
Yeah, we'll have an after behind the scenes party afterwards in the green room. So yeah,
Ted's got a gin cake all made, specially ready. Unfortunately, he'll have to eat it all himself. But
I've been messing with the gin this week. Been making slow gin.
have I just invented it? And I've just an email from Peter Dennis from Heatmate
Saying happy birthday.
So
yeah,
I think you can assume from that the governor's watching. Not the
Yeah.
big governor. That's Mrs. Pete.
Yeah, told you he was watching.
He's not the big boss. That's Mrs. Pete. He's the sub boss.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like the lieutenant.
Yeah. So she in fact she's letting him watch tonight.
Yeah, which means maybe the big boss is watching.
You never know.
Could be, yeah, we could be on his big 42-inch plasma in the kitchen.
But then if Mrs. Pete Mate is big boss, does that make Pete Mate Liquid Snake?
I'm not going to ask that question. That's
There
not
you go.
the sort of question we want to be asking at all, is it? Spruglu says that sadly Moonpig don't sell Jar Jar Binks cards, so he's not going to send you one.
Oh. For some reason, I've got the Trust of Trade jingle in my head. I don't know why. Because he mentioned Moonpig, and that's not a very good jingle, so my brain obviously replaced it with Trust of Trader, which is even worse.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just try to adjust my settings here because everything seems to have gone quiet with the microphone and the sound. I was just wondering if there's something.
Because you stood up and panicked everyone, we thought you were going to stand on your chair.
Did you press a button?
Yeah, I don't press any buttons. You know that the microphone shuts down just as it wants anyway. But
I don't know. Did you change the audio to studio? Maybe we should change it back to voice. I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
Don't press any
right.
buttons now, though. No.
Yeah. Just don't press the big stop button.
Yeah, that's that big red.
No,
this big red one.
well away from that, no.
What else? Yeah, we've got some. We've got a question come through. We'll read that one out later. Oh yeah, that's quite a good one. That. I'll mark it.
Walton Bobbingtons is in. He says, "Greetings all."
Rhodey Hobby Corner has a question. He says, back flushing the airbrush or not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. It's quite useful sometimes. So.
I mean, don't do it a lot, but when you need to.
If you get a little blockage or something, then it just.
Yeah, I always do mine when I'm cleaning it as well. I backflush the airbrush cleaner through the system, and can't find that either.
I mean, it's one of those things that when you're going to clean your airbrush and do a full strip down, you're going to get all your airbrush cleaning brushes inside the body of the airbrush anyway. But if you're just doing a quick colour change, or you just want to give it a quick clean, and you'll strip it down and clean it like tomorrow or something like. If you've been painting with if you've not been painting with varnish, you're just painting with paints. Like sometimes I'll do some if I'm doing varnish and I have to take it, strip it down and clean it when I finish. But if I've just done some painting, sometimes I'll be like, well, I'll spray some thinner through it and some clean it, and then I'll come back to it tomorrow because it's too late. I'll come back and clean it tomorrow. So I'll do a bit of a back flush, and then I'll spray some thinner and cleaner through it, and then I'll just leave it till the next day, and then I'll strip it down. But if I'm not going to be stripping it down, then yes, I do back flush it just to try and dislodge anything in the header unit and in the tip of the brush there, just to try and reduce anything that might build up and then be hard to get out.
We should probably sort of tell people what back flushing is, because some people might not airbrush and might not know. So
Yes, go for it.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the airbrush in your hand.
Okay. When you are cleaning your airbrush,
Oh yeah, setting him up there.
Well,
that was well said.
when you are cleaning your airbrush, sometimes what you can do, it's not when you're cleaning anyway, you can also do it sometimes when you put, ideally when you mix paints, you want to add thinner and paint together outside the airbrush and then put it into the cup. But sometimes you put some thinner in the cup and you'll add some thinner to some paint, or you'll add some more paint or anything like that. Whenever you add something to the paint cup and you want to mix it together, you can just put a little piece of tissue paper, or I wouldn't say your finger because you don't want to damage the needle or stab yourself, but a little bit of kitchen roll or something just over the nozzle and just pull the trigger, and it forces the air back up into the cup. If you're gentle enough, if you do it like full whack on the trigger, it'll just out the cup and make a mess. But you just cover up the nozzle and just gently pull the trigger or press the button, and it'll just back flush it a bit. And it's useful for, like I say, dislodging stuff that might be stuck in here, or clearing stuff that might have congealed around the inside of the nozzle. It could just break it off and then help you get rid of it. It's also good for putting a bit of air into the cup just to mix whatever's in the cup. So if you've got a colour in there and you add some extra colour or some thinner, you can just give it a quick blip of back flushing like that, or with your button, and it'll just do a bit more mixy in the cup. You can just mix it with the brush. It's just a helpful way of getting some air going back through and dislodging stuff. But you don't do it all the time. Don't do it like that because you'll get paint going down. But just a quick blip, it's not a problem.
What you'll find with some airbrushes as well, they'll have a crown cap on them. If you've got a pinch tip, which is quite easy. You can just block it with your fingers. That's the type that Foxx has got as well. That it's not quite the crown cap, where it doesn't have the gaps in the side of the spray nozzle.
This is a completely circular crown cap, so you can just cover it. Oddly, if you fold pieces, if you've got one piece of kitchen roll, put it over like that, it works. If you fold some kitchen roll over to make it thicker and do it, it doesn't work. Got to be one single piece of kitchen roll, or you can use your thumb or finger. You're just basically sealing off that so nothing comes out. But what you want to make sure, the reason you don't do it with your finger is because the number of times you might have been spraying with your crown cap off, where your needle sticks at you. I'll just do that, stab.
Yeah.
So just to avoid stabbing yourself, because trust me, airbrush needles go down to the bone. I know this from experience. Just do it with a bit of tissue or cloth, bit of t-shirt or whatever. Don't do it with a t-shirt.
If you've only got one bit of tissue and your finger behind it, it's not really going to make much difference, is it? It's still going to go through the tissue and through your finger.
No, that's true. That's true. But
But the tissue's already there to mop up the blood.
Yeah, because it goes into your finger with the tissue, and then the tissue it congeals, and then you've just got a piece of tissue in your hand forever.
Yay!
So just going back to the crown cap thing, I just got distracted there by a Skype message. If you've got the old tip where it's got the crown cap and there's lots of little holes in the side of it and you can't block it, there's two ways you can do it. One is to spray some liquid such as airbrush thinners into a tissue and block it up that way. Another way is to get a tiny little cap like this. If you can see that. No, you can't see because it blacks everything out. Tiny little cap like that. There we are. And that just sits across the end of the airbrush, and you can blackbush that way. So that's how you come across that.
A couple of good points that were also made in chat. One from Aviad, who says when you do your back flushing to get like crud that may be congealed in the barrel, and I forgot to mention this, when you're cleaning out your airbrush, what you don't want to do is dislodge all the stuff in here and then try and spray it out, because all you do is get it congealed in there again. When you do a back flush, what you can do is you can cover it up, back flush it to dislodge anything that's congealed in there, and then tip it out. Because what you do is you do a bit of thinner and a bit of cleaner, you do some back flushing, do some scrubbing with the brush, and then you tip it away, put some more cleaner in there or thinner, do that a couple of times. Then when you're happy that you've got rid of most of the gunk from in here, that's when you put your cleaner or your thinner in and you start like spraying it through. Because what you don't do when you clean your airbrush is put cleaner and thinner in there, get it in, mix it around, and then spray it out, because you're just going to gunk out in here even more. You want to get rid of as much as you can first by just breaking it up, dislodging it, and then tipping it away. That's how you avoid spraying all the gunk through the nozzle.
Yeah, Speedy Q8 is in there getting quite cross with you, because you said, if I'm not stripping it down, he seems to be most put out that you're not stripping it down every time after you've used it even a little bit.
Well, if it's been a bit of painting and it's like, late at night and I've got a crampy leg and I'm like, and I've had the mask on for like 3 hours and all I can smell is my own face.
He's not going to take that as an excuse. He's going to be very, very cross with you.
However, there are times when you do go to bed and you suddenly wake up with a jolt thinking, I haven't cleaned the airbrush.
Yeah. Dave Cardboard says, don't look down the cup while back flushing. Ask me how I know. That's what I'm saying. You learn how to do it. The funny thing is, two of the things I used to clean, there's three things I use to clean my airbrush. I use...
I see TK's in as well, so another mod has appeared. So even
I use whatever your normal acrylic thinners. If you're assuming you're painting with acrylics, I use whatever thinners I'm using, which at the minute is the Ultimate Thinners. You can use Tamira X20A, whatever you want for your paints. I'm using the Ultimate ones. You can use airbrush cleaner. I've got the classic Medea, which is the Iwata stuff. Or you can use, if it's solvent-safe airbrush, isopropyl alcohol. This is not an isopropyl alcohol bottle, but it's isopropyl alcohol. That's the best one, because that will just get rid of anything. It's just a great solvent. It has to be solvent-safe. And the weird thing is, if you back flush with regular thinners or isopropyl alcohol, it just bubbles nicely. And then you just pour it away, you spray it out. This stuff's weird. If you back flush with the Iwata Medea airbrush cleaner, you get a worm of bubbles that comes out the cup. You pull the trigger and it goes, and this worm comes out, and it's like brilliant. It's weird.
I keep trying to get some isopropyl alcohol, but there doesn't seem to be anywhere around here that stocks it.
It's really hard to get hold of.
Yeah, I know that you can get it. I know you can get it online in about 5-gallon containers, but I don't want that much.
No, I mean I got some once from a chemist's, I remember when
Yeah.
at school, I got some from a chemist to use as thinners because I was doing painting models and stuff. And the next day, I was called into the headmaster's office because the chemist called the school and said, "Why is one of your students buying like isopropyl alcohol in 5 litre bottles?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh no, it's because of this reason." But yeah, it's actually really hard to find.
Yeah, because I remember going to a chemist once and saying, "Can I have some isopropyl alcohol?" What do you want that for? Well, all flustered. I'm making models. You're right. I can't really get. I haven't really got any, but I can get you some that I've used.
No.
Yeah, I can give you the end of the bottle. What do you want, a litre? Oh, well, I don't know if I can't order that. I can't order such small quantities.
Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
It's more common. It's easy to get in the States, but for some reason in the UK, it's quite hard to get.
Yeah, Zed says Maplin used to sell it. Unfortunately, we don't have Maplins now. They're all closed, aren't they? They're all closed.
Muse is asking if you can get it in a pharmacy in the first aid stuff.
It depends because
Yeah, I think
types of alcohol.
I think a lot of stuff's alcohol free now, isn't it? It's all.
Yeah, I think you can use to get it as rubbing alcohol, but it all gets mixed up with different types of stuff, doesn't it? It doesn't.
Yeah, there's different percentage alcohol contents. Like there's 99% rubbing alcohol and 75% stuff. Just any isopropyl alcohol is fine.
Spedicu says the chemist is surprised because mess is cheaper and gets you drunk quicker. Now, do you want to try? Yeah, go to try Brasso. It's cheaper still.
No.
Anders Ericsson says, have I asked in some electric shops here? We don't have any of them either. We're sort of the back of beyond here. But never mind.
You're in the hills.
Yeah, I can make do with the UMP cleaners and thinners and things like that. So yeah.
Scale Model Muse says yes, that's what it is. 91% and 70%. Any higher is a lot, and you need permits. Yeah, I mean the stuff I've got is I've just got it off of online, and it was from some chemical supply company, and I don't know what. I think it's 97% or 90 something percent alcohol.
Can't you just use alcohol?
No, because it's got other stuff in it that doesn't do any good.
Yeah. I've tried,
I can just picture Ted flushing out his airbrush with gin.
That's a waste of gin.
Yes.
Cleaning my airbrush. Not quite right yet.
Do some slow gin. So yeah, we'll try that.
Yeah, what's slow gin? Is it just gin?
Gin.
It's gin made from sloes. Sloes kind of berry.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a berry that grows on a bush.
Yeah,
Most berries do, don't they?
Yeah,
I only know that because I watched one of those like Edwardian farm series.
It's a blackthorn, isn't it? It's a berry of the blackthorn bush. Yeah, and so you get loads of prickles in your fingers and things as you're picking it, and you wonder why is it worth it? You're not going to just buy it.
Oh, you got some fighting talk from Sped Ted. He says when we're talking about flushing your airbrush with gin, he says that's the only thing that gin is fit for.
Yes.
I can see there's going to come to blows, that isn't it?
Robert asks, are eModels going to make a second shop down in London? That'd be useful. I don't think so though, because they're mainly online. The shop is there, but is not really a shop that you browse around.
It's the warehouse with the trade counter.
Yeah.
And they did use that.
Sorry, I can't let this lie. I'm just wondering what Speedy Q's drink is.
Well, because it's not coffee. That's why. It's not coffee. It's Speedy Q doesn't want to know.
Lorna says sticky slow gin. Yeah, sticky slow gin. Not heard of that one. Although I do want, if anybody knows what you do with the slows when they come out of the bottle, when you've done your gin and made your slow gin, what do you do with the slows?
I think you'd make them into a jam or something, or
just
pie, I guess.
Get drunk off them.
Scale Model Vamp says, lol, I've actually cleaned up my airbrush with 80% proof rum.
Oh, that's a waste of rum, that.
Speed says, it's like thinning with paint retarder. Fast gin makes the paint go off quicker.
Wayne Hayward said he's got blackberry whiskey on the go.
Donald McKenzie's obviously making some slow gin because he says this year's slow gin and vodka ready in a few weeks.
Mine won't be ready till I think, it won't be in time for Christmas now, maybe in the summer. So we could have it for that.
And there was something I was going to mention then, and I've forgotten what it was completely. Yes, eModels, they used to have a second shop. They actually had a shop in Stoke. A shop where you could walk in and say, hello, shopkeeper, sell me some things. But they haven't got that anymore. You can walk into the warehouse. They do have a trade counter, a little counter in the warehouse where you can walk in and That's the premises. That's the eModels premises. You can walk in. There's a little counter. It's all very
That's
nice.
where you order your coffee, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where you get your free cup of coffee from James, mate. If Gav's in, Gav will make you a coffee with the
Don't
delightful smile.
don't attempt to go to the toilet though, because you get told off.
Yeah. If you go to the toilet, then you get told off. But yeah, if you walk in and just say that you've been told that Gav's brews are legendary, and see what response you get. But yeah, you can wander into the store, have a look around. Not the way. I mean, you can go into the counter and you can do your business. But
you can see the builds that the eModel build team have created.
Yes, they're all in the display cabinets right in front of you.
Yep. Yeah. On that note, we've just released a new video, haven't we, today?
Indeed.
Yes.
There's a new video up for your perusal, your viewing and viewing delight.
I'm just waiting for Ted to hand this over to me because he hasn't got a clue what it's about.
I watched it. I know what it's about.
Yeah, I know that it's Simon and he's building some sort of robot type thingy. Whatever you call it. And I do know that eModels sell them because that's where it came from, obviously. So tell them what it is, Fox, because I haven't a clue.
I'm going to see how long you left it. Yes, as you know, Simon and Andy are our two new eModels builders, and Simon has already done his first episode. And unlike us lot, he doesn't waffle on for half an hour. It's got like 45 minutes of waffle and 10 minutes of model making. He just gets to the point. So he's done his first video. He's building the Bandai 1/100 scale master grade Char's Zaku 2 version 2. It's the retooled, remastered kit. The original was a brilliant kit. This is the new version with a few modifications and changes to it to make it an even better kit. And he's getting all that built and painted up in the first episode. He gets it all snapped up just to see how it goes together and gets the primer on some of the weapons. So go and check it out. If you've not already, do go and check it out. It went up earlier on today. And yeah, it's 10 or 11 minutes long, so a nice bit of refreshing change.
Yeah, I just wondered, did he actually build it in 8 minutes? Was that a built at the end?
It's not a live video.
Built, then we'll see what we're going to do. Right, it's built. There you go. But it does explain the video. That's the beauty of those kits. You don't really need to show people how to build them because it's kind of like dead easy. That you can't go wrong with the Bandai snap together kit. That's so easy to build. But he's going to be focusing on the painting and stuff. He's doing a good job. So go and have a look and leave your happy little comments to let him know what you think.
Yeah, I don't know if Simon's in with us tonight, whether he's watching or is in chat, but it was a great job, Simon. We look forward to seeing more of it in the future. Yeah,
and all the music used in the background is his own music as well. And it's quite mellow. I was watching it kind of mellowing out to the music, which is all kind of nice and delicate in the background.
So maybe we could get Simon to write us a eModels jingle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You could have a Simon and Foxx collaboration.
See, I mean, my lyrics would be like eModels, the place that sells the things you want.com. It wouldn't work.
I've heard about these advertising guys that go around and that's all they've got going through their head all the time is have to think up jingles and things like that.
Speedy Crate's trying to get me to rise to it by calling it a transformer.
Actually, Rhodey said he thought it was a transformer as well.
Yeah, but you know what it is, though, don't you, Chris? Because you know what it is.
It's one of them big robots. It's a bigger robot than the one I did that was also a Zaku 2, but different.
Yeah, but what is it not?
It's a Gunpla.
Yeah.
Not a Gundam, but it is.
Good girl.
But it isn't.
It is. It's a mobile suit.
Yes, but mine was green.
Scale model vamp is shouting at me.
Okay.
Has he been drinking the rum in the airbrush again? What is it, scale model vamp?
I'm not sure.
That's my name. Oh, Muse is off.
All right. Bye.
Take care, Muse.
Happy Transformer Day, he says.
Yeah.
Yay.
I left a couple of helpful comments. I think he might be crying about Transformer-related pokes in sympathy with you, Fox. Yeah. Happy Transformer Day, says Scale Model Vamp. Why I order?
Don't forget, it's still time to send your sticker questions in at ted@emodels.co.uk. I'm just checking to see if any more come in because I've closed the email app and I can't seem to get it open again.
You broke it. Have you broken the internet?
No, what have we done? I was reading something. Then what?
Yeah, we've got one. Got a question there from.
We've got a
Butcher, that
question
one.
come in yet.
Yeah, we've got one there. So yeah, lots of time yet to get your questions in, or even something for us to talk about.
I'll delete that one that you emailed in, shall I? Because you don't need that one anymore.
Delete that one. I don't think anybody was interested in that one. They want to put on the butties.
Shall I try and read out the one that I sent in?
Yeah. I was just all I was after some ideas to what to eat when I go out for the day. But never mind, it didn't work anyway. So
Corned beef, onion.
I haven't had corned beef for years.
Corned beef, red onion chopped up in a tiny bit. Red onion's really nice. Mustard, and proper spready butter stuff. And lettuce, and then some cheese and onion crisps. Roadie Hobby Corner asked a question.
Yeah, we'll hand that over to our IT man, Foxx.
He says, question, if you want to put a logo on your YouTube videos, how do you save your image that in your background stays invisible? So anybody because the three of us, we all do our own YouTube stuff, and we're all in the position where we encourage people to do their own YouTube stuff. Because we do to teach. So we like when people do the same thing. And you can have YouTube so it has your logo in the bottom right hand corner. You just need to save it as a PNG file. You'll need something that can take your image and save it as a PNG. I use Photoshop so I can have layers. So I might have an image, say, let's say the picture is this on a green background. What I'll do is I'll have the image in different layers. So this will be on one layer. The green background will be a different layer. And when I save it as a PNG, I just turn off the green background. So it's just this and then transparency. So all you do is you get your image, you save it as a PNG file with a clear background, and then when you upload it as a PNG. It just displays the image and the background is clear. So
if you haven't got a clear background, you can in video editing software play around with like chroma key settings and things and make particular colours transparent. So if you've got it on a black background, for instance, and you can't play around with the image itself, you can play around with the video software to get rid of the black from that picture and make it transparent as well.
Yeah, if you're doing an overlay in your own video software, then yes, you want to make sure it's either PNG or film it on a bright green background so that you can chroma key the green out and then you have your logo. But if you can, just get some graphic software, image software like Photoshop or something similar. There's probably lots of others that you can do it multi-layer, make a PNG. Either way is good. If you're doing it on YouTube, you just have to upload a picture to YouTube in your account, and that needs to be a PNG with a clear background.
Yeah, I think YouTube as well they'll watermark it.
Yeah, they'll do it automatically.
You can select it so it does it automatically. It uses your sort of your YouTube logo as a watermark in the corner. So
although even if you don't make it transparent background, it's very small on YouTube. Yeah. When the YouTube upload it, it's very tiny in the corner anyway. So,
but if like when we do our eModels ones, we have the eModels logo in the top right hand corner or left hand corner. That's a clear PNG. So you've got the eModels logo on a clear background. So all you can see is the eModels logo, and the video. It's on top of the video, and we do it in the editing software, not in YouTube. Yeah. It's all about your PNGs, fellas.
Yeah, I must refresh myself on how to do this because I'm almost ready to start filming YouTube videos.
Ted found the easiest way to do it is just to send me an image and I make the PNG for him. Because I'm the one with Photoshop.
We'll just send Foxx all the videos and get him to do it.
Files.
Yeah. All you've got to remember though is that you don't make your image sort of like Mr. E green and your background green because it'll just all disappear.
Yes. Dave Cardboard says, with the right image editor in Ping, one can designate a colour as the transparent colour. Yep. If it can't do layers, you can designate a colour. It's almost like making your own chroma key. But if you've got layers, like in Photoshop, you can just have a clear layer and your image.
What does PNG mean? Because Lord Barkley says, is it Procter & Gamble?
Plastic nonsense giraffe.
I don't think that's right.
I think it's portable network graphics or something like that.
No, I prefer the giraffe one.
Bear in mind.
It's just showing off now.
See if we are getting. It might not be that. I could make it up.
It also sounds like it's one of these police codes as well. So Ted probably knows what else it is.
Yeah, everybody says happy birthday to me still. Thank you very much, everybody. Nevbo model making.
I was just going to say Andrew's in.
Andy's in. Yeah, welcome. We've not had a video from Andy yet.
Yep. Hint.
Nah, take your time, dude. Take your time.
No, it's all right. We're already.
Phil Kett says it's portable network graphic.
Is that what I said? Did I say something else?
You said something different.
I probably got it right then.
No,
I got it wrong.
Please
Yeah,
no
we-
Gundam, says Pete Rogers.
not that we listened to what you said, Fox, and then probably forgot. What did Fox say? I don't know.
Andy says that Simon's video is making Andy think about doing shorter videos.
I'm actually thinking of doing shorter ones. Yeah. I find that most people, when you do about an hour video, they'll either fast forward it or they just watch the first 5 minutes and think, oh, that'll do.
I've tried doing short videos though, and I can't. I just don't know how.
Yeah, I know it does get difficult, doesn't it? You start off thinking, I'll only make this video 15 minutes long, and then an hour later you're thinking, well, I haven't got past this bit yet. I was going to show this as well, and you're thinking, oh well, bye folks.
Yeah, I've been doing the U-wing that you probably can't see because it's directly behind me. I've finished the building and the painting, but I haven't done any weathering yet. And I was just putting the videos into the software to edit all together, and it's sort of 40 minutes already, and it's like, okay, I've got to finish that. So yeah, it's not going to be a short video.
Yeah, if you ever watch one of my videos and there's lots of like jump cuts, so I'll be like blah blah blah, and then it jumps to the next bit, and because it's like little bits where I've cut things out, it's because I put all the clips in this like 1 hour 25 minutes. I've had to cut it down to like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take this and the brush shoot, and it just jumps. So I've just got to the point now I just do lots of jump cuts.
It's not until you drag and drop all the video clips into your video editor that you see the time sort of getting up, and 1 hour 30, 1 hour 45, 2 hours. You think, man, it's got a little bit out of that.
It takes a long time to upload a video if the video runtime is 3.5 weeks.
Yeah. Andy says there'll be lots of episodes like a Tony build, but Pete Rogers says you all have your own style, keep them as they are. And that's the thing. It's nice that we all have different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Some of us do long, some of us do short.
We must get back to doing some of the quick sort of eMOP and university type things, and sort of quick sort of product reviews, because I think you guys quite like them. They go down quite well, especially if there's a new product in the shop. We can get them out, show you how to use it, what it's like, give some ideas.
I did just get the C1 metallizer from eModels for my next eModels build, which should be starting in a couple of weeks. And I did a little video of it for my channel, but I was going to put it on the eModels thing, but I saw Foxx had already done one, so I thought there's not much point in doing two for the same product.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's once again, if you have any ideas of what you would like to see, not just our builds and things like that, but if any ideas of what you'd like to see, send them in, ted@emodels.co.uk, and we'll consider them. And then if one of us is free, we'll do a little product review or something, show you how it works. We'll try and sort
absolutely. That out. TK says he needs to get back to making videos, but life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Things change, and it's always tricky, isn't it?
Speedy Correct asks a question. He says, as Foxx has eaten Earth in a build video, what other unusual substances do the new builders have to eat live on camera?
Oh, that's the secret initiation ceremony.
Yeah, we're picking up some ideas from I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. By the time that they're ready for their initiation, we'll have some ideas what they could eat.
Ted, have you just admitted to watching I'm Not a Celebrity, Get Me a Career?
No, I get it second hand because the wife watches it and tells me all about it.
Does she watch it but have it very loud?
Yeah.
That's how I have to suffer it.
Yeah, I can hear the other half listening to it occasionally, but no, I do have no interest. We have a question from Dave Cardboard.
I saw that.
He says, are you doing a live Christmas build this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
We are. We were just talking about that. Were you listening in?
I don't think we were alive at the time.
It's channel here.
Yeah. Hey.
It's strange how people sort of get these questions coming up that we just happen to be talking about just before we go live on air. Maybe there's a way and can they come in the back door? Yeah. We are going to do a Christmas build. I know that Chris has just arrived. Have you got yours handy?
Yeah,
Chris?
I have mine arrived.
Have you got yours, Fox? Because yours is the same as mine.
Last week. We're all doing basically the same thing, aren't we? We're all doing the Tiny Toon.
Oh right, yeah.
Sherman tanks. This one's slightly different to yours.
So.
This is the Sherman Firefly. I don't know what the difference is.
Which one have I got?
Yeah, I think I've got the same one as Fox. He's just round the corner.
We haven't decided or fixed down an actual date yet. It will be sometime between Christmas and New Year.
I've got the M4A1.
Yeah.
Not sure which one Ted's got.
That's the one I've got, but I can't find it.
The M4A1.
I don't know what the difference is in the Firefly. Then it looks much the same.
Things.
It's got stuff and things, and it's got the same picture on the side of yours.
They're different. I think in reality they had different weaponage.
Mine looks like it's got sleeping bags and stuff tied all over it, which yours doesn't seem to have.
The difference in battle was the sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Made the gun better, apparently.
So yes, we have a trio of Sherman tanks to build.
Yeah. Now we did do these Meng tanks last year. We did a 4-hour Christmas stream. If you don't know this, we did a 4-hour live stream last Christmas, around about Christmas, where Ted and I we got them sort of part assembled and primed and ready, and then just painted and built them live in about 4 hours. So we're going to do the same thing this year. The reason we've gone for more Meng tanks is because we need something we can literally put together and paint in maybe a few hours. So we can't really do aircraft because you've got seam filling and all the other nonsense to do. With these things, they're push fit, the snap fit. We can get them sort of pre-assembled a bit and primed and ready, and then we can just brush paint them all. Ted got all clever and did airbrushing, even though it was a live stream, because he's a smart Alec. But I just brush painted them. But we can paint and build them quickly and get them all done and dusted and a bit wetter.
Are we going to see if we can beat the 4 hours?
Yeah.
Is that the record?
What do you mean, beat it as in longer, or beat
as in long? Yeah.
short?
No. Well, there's 3 of us instead of just the 2 of you this year, so I'm joining in with the actual building this year.
Yes.
So,
Who's going to read the chat?
I don't know if it's going to take longer.
Oh, maybe we'll have to see if we can somehow get Tony to read the chat, because he's never around though, is he? So if we can grab Tony, he can join in and be the chat dolly, because you were the chat dolly last year, Chris. So.
Yeah. Dave Cardboard says he lives in Uxbridge. He had his glass up against my wall, so he's probably peering through my window. That's how you found out that we were talking about it. Yeah.
Speedy Curate says the Firefly was a cargo class transporter, famously piloted by Hoban Washburn. He's a leaf in the wind.
Yes.
Yeah, moving on.
I watched all of them the other week, and it's very good. Michael Jackman says Firefly's got a big gun.
Yes, it's the cannon on the tank was the difference.
Yeah, I think it was the Firefly that was the only tank, the Sherman tank that the Tiger was afraid of.
Was it not like reinforced so it didn't burst into flames every time?
I think it just had a more powerful gun, so they could reach it.
Somebody in chat earlier on did ask, I can't remember who it was now, it's moved, I do apologise, how they can find our channels. It was Robert Yao. If you want to find anybody's channel, Robert, all you need to do is when they make a comment in chat, click the 3 dots at the right hand side of their comment, and it should give you an option to go to their channel, whoever they are, whether it's any of us.
I think you can do it as well by clicking on the name, can't you?
Yeah. So if Ted, me and Chris can type in chat now, and you'll see our channels. But if Ted types, it'll be eModels. But Ted, you can just look up Skipper Ted.
Look up Ted, or any of our videos. We'll have commented on replying to people.
Yeah.
Any of our eModels videos on this channel, so find us through there, and we're all around.
Well, we're all out there. I'll just send us a
Mark
message.
says. Mark says 3 different variants of Sherman Fireflies served during the Second World War, each based on different variants of the M4 Sherman. The Firefly conversion was carried out on Sherman 1 M4.
He says, further to that, he says Sherman 1 Hybrid, M4 Composite, and Sherman 5 M4A4 tanks. Some sources state that several Sherman 2s M4A1, which is the one I've got, were converted and used in action.
But photos allegedly showing these conversions are in fact views of the front half of a Sherman 1 hybrid Fireflies.
See, Vincent, you're being put out of a job here, mate.
People lie.
I know. Jamie Bowen says the Firefly had a 17-pounder gun, different engine, and 4 crew members. And Vincent, who is completely last to the party for once, says a 90mm shot in metric. Too slow, Vincent. Sorry.
And Pete says he doesn't think the Tiger was scared, just a little more worried. So.
Rody Hobby says it'd be nice if Tony could be on. Tony, if you're watching this,
please. We'll be saying, please send your biggie letters to Tony.
Helgan35@geoseekers.com.
We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can get the gang together. We'll put the gang back together in time for Christmas, and we'll have a Christmas shop.
Or if not, we'll just take turns looking at the screens occasionally.
Well, the thing is, we've all got to the point now where, by we, I mean me and Chris have got to the point where we can have iPads in front of us with the channel.
It is true, yeah.
Ted could just do his painting.
Yeah, we'll be wearing Christmas hats and be full of gin and things like that, and all the merriments of the season. So yeah, we should have a bit of fun over Christmas. So,
Vincent at Mr. Loth is having workshop troubles. He says, snapping together a Gundam-based number 4, tired of his Tallgeese taking a random nosedive with the slightest bump. His Gunpler's falling over on the desk, in other words.
Oh right. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I didn't understand many of them words either, I must admit. But...
I knew all of the words.
Right, it's getting up to 10 o'clock. Shall we go do? Have we got what's in store? We've got a few things to get through today, haven't we? We've got what's in
Well,
store.
shall I do that announcement first that was sent to us?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Yes, yeah, you might as well do that. Yeah, 'cause I did say that we would probably bring that up at the what's in store point, which seems an appropriate time to bring it up. Now I'm just waffling and nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, yes, we've got a little announcement for all and sundry, and I've got to read this carefully now because there's some bits I'm not supposed to read out.
Read it all out.
We've had a word passed to us from Pete Mate, our Lord and Master Pete Mate. He says, "Can you please share a little news?"
Yes.
He says we are having a brand new website in the new year. Obviously the same brand, colour and theme, everything else, nothing like that's going to change, but it's going to have a better user experience and it's going to be more modern and keeping up with the times. Better cross-browser compatibility, which means depending if you're using a different browser like Chrome or Edge or whatever, Opera, Firefox, or if you're on mobile or anything like that, it's going to look, it says the site will look very similar but better. More importantly, it's going to have even better protection and security for customers. It's going to be better than the competition. It is anyway, it already is, so it's going to be even more better than the competition. Google will love it. He says, why fix what ain't broke? But nothing's broken, it's just massive improvements. He's going to have a new, faster server with an awesome firewall and to be all patched up. I'll rephrase this, patched up significantly. It says something else, which I won't say on telly. So in the new year, you're going to get lots and lots of upgrades to the website. Now, from what he says, it's not going to be a whole brand new... Remember like a few years ago when the website you've got now was like they relaunched it and it got this brand new website you've got now? It's not going to be a massive change to all that. There's going to be some changes on the surface that you guys will see, but in the background it's going to be a lot of server-side changes, a lot of firewall changes, and a lot of scripting and stuff like that. So keep your eye out in the new year for things to get awesome and more better.
But it's still going to be at eModels.co.uk.
Yes.
It's not all of a sudden going to be eModels.internet.me.gov.
No, they can never change that because of Ted's email address.
Yeah, everything will still be as safe, if not safer, so you can spend or send your credit card details and such, knowing that it'll be done in safety.
Don't think for a minute that the site isn't safe right now, because the one thing the guys want to take incredibly seriously is security. But times change and security has to be updated. So
there are a couple of people in chat have put in suggestions and things that they hope they'll find a sort by option in the search results. And Tim Smalls asking, will it show how many are in stock? Find out in the new year. Come back. Stay tuned.
Speedy Q8 asks, here's one for Pete. Pete, will it have a big slap it in your basket button?
Place in your basket. Yeah, slap it in.
Actually, that'd be quite useful, a buy it now button to save having to go through, because when you were doing the what's in store, you need to get it quick, beat the other people. So if you had a big buy it now button, that'd be quite useful.
And going back to Speedy Q, will you have the option of place in your basket, slap it in your basket?
Yeah. Mark says, Internet Explorer resource hungry browser. Nobody uses Internet Explorer. It's Edge now anyway, but nobody uses that. Everyone's on Chrome and Firefox now.
Yeah.
Nicholas C says, got all excited. He thought it was going to be another sale. Oh well.
You never know. They might have.
See, every day is a sale at eModels. Every day is 10% off recommended retail price. Every single day of the year is 10% off. So when there is a sale, that's why it's even more than 10%. So you'll always pay 10% less than RRP at eModels.
I do remember. I can't remember the previous website although I was here or I was shopping at eModels. But isn't it surprising, like when your internet browser updates, you moan and you think this is rubbish, but then you forget what the other one was like.
Yeah, it's like Chrome. I mean, the Chrome update, and I'm like, oh god, everything's curvy, and then within minutes, I'm like, I've forgotten already.
Yeah,
It's true. I'm trying to think now what the eModels website was like before the last.
I can't.
I don't know it from before.
It was what? Was it 2 or 3 years ago? 3 or 4 years ago? No, a couple of years ago, I think it was when they launched.
It's certainly while we've been doing eModels videos that it's changed.
Yeah, because they launched a new website with all its new spangliness, and it is an awesome website.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not doing massively cosmetic changes. It's going to be lots of server-side changes.
But I can't remember what the old one was like, because this one, it's not the wrong
There might be some organisational change. They might change the layouts. I don't know. We haven't seen it. They might streamline it. You never know. Streamline some bits here and there where it needs it.
And there'll probably be some bits you don't like as much as the ones you like now, but you'll get used to it.
Yeah. Zelster says you can go and check on archive.org. Yeah, we must do that. I'll go and check that later.
Right, you're going to do what's in store.
Stephen Rolfe says Spanish deliveries, gents. Stephen Rolfe, eModels will deliver pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
The only things they can't ship, if you're overseas outside the UK and you put an order through and you can't get it, if you can't complete the order, it's usually because there may be something in your basket that they can't legally ship outside the UK, like aerosols or some solvents they can't ship outside the UK. They can't export them.
Yes.
So if you're outside the UK and you've got a basket of stuff and it's not letting you complete the order, or it's not got your destination, if wherever you are, don't panic so much. Keep it in your basket. Make sure you're signed in. Keep the stuff in your basket and drop them an email and just say, hey guys, I've got all this stuff in my basket. Here's what I've ordered. Can you just confirm if any of this is unshippable? I'll take it out of my basket and just confirm that you can ship to wherever. Because it sometimes happens. It'll be like one thing in your basket that will be stopping it being shippable, like it'll be a solvent or an aerosol or something like that.
Yeah. So sometimes it's not the post or anything like that. It's just the carrier. If it's coming by air, for instance, taking aerosols, things like that, the carrier can't take it, rather than the restrictions on the country. But then again, if it's in America or something like that, there is restrictions on solvents and other things that can't come into the country. So.
Yeah, because I mean, I used to work in retail and like shipping stuff to the US. We'd ship stuff all over the world where I used to work. Some of it was like electrical equipment, and some was solvents and things. And it'd be a case of we'll ship pretty much anywhere, apart from where I was working. This isn't eModels. Where we used to work, we ship anywhere apart from Russia and the US, because we tried to send stuff to the US, and most of the stuff we sold was electrical or solvents, and you couldn't send it to the US. So there are some things, depending on where you are, there are some things that if their only option is to post it via, say, air freight, then they're not going to be able to send you aerosols, because you can't send aerosols via air freight. So it depends where you are. But if you ever get to that point and you can't finish your order because it's not giving you your destination, your location, just drop them an email or give them a call. Obviously cheaper to drop them an email out on the contact form on the website and just say, hey guys, this is my details, this is what's in my basket, I can't find my destination. And they might just be, they'll say, yeah, you just need to take this out of your basket. So give them a shout.
Right. Yeah, anyway, well, we're going to go across to see what's in store, weren't we?
Is that me?
We were going live to Foxx for what's in store.
Hang on. Oh, it caught me on the hop there. I forgot it was me. I need to lock it on. You need to lock it on me if you would, Tedward.
I have. Yep. And don't forget.
Yeah, we did that hours ago.
Did you?
Yeah. There's a theme this week as well.
Is it locked on me? Is it locked on me?
Yes, it is.
Remember, before we start, of course, make sure you refresh your browser and are up to date, because when we come back to Foxx afterwards, you might win a prize.
Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll go through what we've got in store tonight. There is the theme. If you figure out the theme, it's quite easy, hopefully. Blatantly easy. If you do figure out the theme, don't put it in chat. Keep it to yourself. You can type it in the chat window, but don't press send. And when I say what's the theme, go, then you can type in. The first person to get it right wins a big sticker.
A big sticker. Yeah.
Big sticker. It's always a big sticker for this bit, isn't
it? Yeah. So somebody emailed on that point about the big stickers. The big stickers for ourselves are a little bit in short supply at the moment. So we, although we won't be sending them out till a little bit later on, a week or two yet, we'll get them sent out. But the big stickers are a little bit of a short supply, so we'll get them to you.
One of us, Ted, will send a mail later on. But in case Pete Mate is watching, Pete Mate, Ted, and Chris need a whole mess of stickers, please.
Yeah, I've got some little ones, but I haven't got any big ones.
Yeah, we need all the stickers for me and Ted, please. Right, let's have a look at what we're going. So we had to do a theme today. Oh, I had to do a theme. I'm on the wrong window. Right, so what we got first? First of all, I'm looking at the stream, but my actual screen's on the other side of the room. Okay, so first up we have... I've got my headphones in the way. The ICM 124 scale Model T 1913 Speedster American sport car. A lovely little thing. This we've all made. I think we've all made. All when I was younger, everybody had a Model T of some sort, toy car. But I've never made a Model T model. And it's interesting, you don't see many kits of vintage cars. They are nice when they come along. But the thing I love about this, and it's not really coming out on the picture because I'm clicking on the stream, not on the actual web page, because I'm an idiot, is I love the fact that the actual windscreen is just a little sort of piece of glass on a frame in front of the steering wheel. That's adorable. I love that.
Yeah, your passengers don't need the comfort of windscreens.
I know, but
it's
underneath the windscreen, it's just literally for your entire face.
It's for one of them heads-up displays. So if you see how fast.
It's where the targeting computer is, and Fox 1, Fox 1.
Yeah.
So that looks fantastic. I love it'd be fun trying to get the gold effects on on bronze and brass. And of
Jamie
course,
Bone says that's Ted's first car.
Yeah, and you can tell it's old because it's got the white rubber. Days when rubber tyres were white. So yeah, that's the Model T 1913 1/24th scale. So that's going to be quite nice.
Digger Evans says it's a magnifier, so it helps you see the road in front clearer.
Warning, objects are larger than they appear in real life. They're a lot closer, or maybe they're far away. So yeah, give that a go. It should be quite nice. It's that's one of the models that you wouldn't want to really weather, I think. Unless you were doing some sort of Laurel and Hardy skit and you're going to put like a piano on the back or something, two men carrying a pane of glass in
Or
front of it.
if you were going to build it from 1913 but build it in 2013.
Like a barn
so you
fight.
could really weather it.
Yeah. Or you could somehow get a scale model of James May and put him in the driver's seat and put a Range Rover front with a camera crew in the back. Do a diorama of Top Gear. Well, not Top Gear. Wrong program, dear.
Not anymore.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. So yeah, a bit of fun for that one. Be a nice paint job, different shades of green. Get some coachwork pinstriping on. That'd be quite pleasant.
Shiny.
That's next. So next up we have the Hasegawa 1/24th Mazda Cosmo Sport L10B with 60s girl figure. You can tell she's 60s by the outfit, basically.
Oh, I thought it's not her age then.
Yeah, she's not in her 60s, Ted.
Ah.
Yeah, she just moved out of your age range there. So yeah, lovely little car. It's one of the early sort of period of Japanese sports cars when they were starting to find their feet with the small sports car world. I think this was kind of when they were starting to sort of take the world by storm with their sports cars, because they worked on sort of small two-seat roadsters and things like that for a long time in Japan before they pushed them out into the West, where they actually eventually took off quite well. But there's quite a lot of sports cars that we've never seen over here in the East.
And you say she's not 60, but if she was that age in the 60s, then she probably is 60 now.
Yeah, the only thing is, looking at that photograph, there's something strange going on with the spine there, because kind of a spine is there and then kind of stops. She's kind of like a bit disjointed.
Yeah,
the person that painted that is very good at painting cars, but maybe hasn't painted very many people.
Yeah, she probably had to be disjointed to get in a car that small.
Yeah, she's a chiropractor. And of course, you have the traditional Japanese 18th century American Dutch barn in the background.
Oh, right. I thought she had like a Christmas hat on, but it's not. It's part of the barn.
It's part of the barn. She's got an entire barn. But I like the look of that car. That is a mint-looking sports car.
Yeah, it's quite MGB-ish type, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it's kind of in that field. They did start to they started to branch out into those kind of cars. Because when the Japanese auto industry started to really find its feet.
Stephen Ross.
I've been watching James May's Cars of the People really recently, haven't you?
Yeah, I saw that. It's quite good as well.
TK's cross because it's lacking in planes.
Well, just there you go.
You never know.
It could be a plane in the bit. It looks like a plane a bit. It's got a plane sort of shape to it.
Stephen Ross says, "Cute car, scary woman."
Yeah, she looks a bit stern. She looks a bit. She looks a bit. Yeah, she's not happy about something.
says it's a bit Lotus Elan.
Yeah, original Lotus Elan. Right, what's next? So, have you noticed, by the way, the eModels has the snowiness on it?
I did notice that.
Must be Christmas.
Yeah,
it must be Christmas. They've started playing Christmas music on the radio.
Oh, don't even get me started. We've got our Christmas lights on now.
Yeah, it's December. It's okay. You're allowed Christmas now.
Well, we've not put our Christmas decorations up yet, but the tree, which lives permanently in the corner of the room, is now on. That's the first step, is just turning on.
You've taken the sheet off of the tree.
No, it just sits in the corner. It has been sat in the corner of the room for like the last 7 years. Because we put it up and we just can't be bothered taking it down.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's
that's
simple.
it in the Fox household, you see. Just a flick of a switch and it's Christmas.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those trees with all the lights on a mesh around it, and it's such an absolute nightmare to take them all down again. We just said, should we just leave the tree up and just turn it off? There you go. Done.
Christmas is over. Click.
Yeah, snap. There you go. What's next? Next we have the Carson 1/12 scale Mountain Warrior Sport 4-wheel drive RTR Yellow. A little bit of remote funness. It's coming up to Christmas. You've got youngers in the family. You want a bit of remote control action going on. Before you start buying them the super expensive proper Tamiya remote radio control cars, start them off on something like this.
So that's a good price for a radio control with all the everything.
Yeah, because then if you get bored of this after half an hour, you've not spent 300 quid on a Tamiya remote control car. But yeah, a little bit of remote control car. It comes with the control and batteries, a charger, and unfortunately there's no information about it. I'm trying to click on the screen on the wrong screen. Again.
But if you did buy the £300 remote control Tamiya, you don't like it? Oh well, I'll play with it instead then.
Yeah, that's what I was really thinking. That's for the dads, really. You buy it for your son or daughter. When they get bored after half an hour, you've got yourself a remote control car, basically.
Yeah. Granted that your son or your daughter's only 2 or 3 year old. Well, I bought it for the little
That's
one,
not the point.
to play with it. So.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if this is pre-assembled or if it's kit form like Tamiya ones. It may all be pre-assembled. I'm not 100% sure. There's no actual description on there. However, the one thing I did notice, it doesn't show it on here, but my phone is freaking out. Hello. This is very strange. The one thing I did notice is I saw you can't see it on here, but there is a logo for this, the Carson logo, on some of the blurb, and it is the same people, it seems, that make Carson's Painkiller.
I was just going to ask that. Yeah.
It's not on here. I've seen it on the website and not on here, but it seems to be the same people that make Carson Painkiller, the stuff that strips any pain. I didn't know they did remote control stuff. That's cool.
Strange. Or maybe it's not made by them, it's just branded them.
No, they had the same logo. I saw somewhere it had the logo,
Oh, right,
but
strange.
on exactly the same. So it must be the same people. Yeah, so a bit of fun for Christmas. With Christmas coming up, a little bit of whizzy around the garden, get it going up and down the snow. It'd be good if it's 4-wheel drive because it can go kind of anywhere. Yeah. What's next?
Oh, Von Holdinghausen says RTR is ready to run.
Okay,
So it's not a kit. It is
not-
actually just out the box.
Yeah, so you get out the box, across the carpet.
Yeah,
get it on.
that's how kids like things these days, unfortunately. They just ready to run.
Yeah, well, you want to be able to terrorise the family pets straight away, so...
Yeah, especially Christmas Day, yeah.
And Nicholas C says Carson make lots of RC bits and bobs.
Cool, awesome. I think they are German, possibly. I'm thinking, because I know remote control stuff is a big thing in Germany, and there's a lot of
Graham
manufacturers of stuff.
Presswood says, isn't Carson German Tamiya?
I think that because I've got some Carson Painkiller. It tends to be like you either buy it in the UK or Germany. That's the only few places you can get it. So, but yeah, remote control stuff, RC stuff is quite popular in Germany.
TK's noticed that you have a plane.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a plane TK. There you go. We have shown this one before, but it's the Dora Wings at 148th GB Super Sportster R1. They do have 2 of these. There's also, as it got down below, there's also a different GB one, which is very similar but not the same.
I think we gave one of these away once in a giveaway.
Yes, we gave them away in a giveaway. Unfortunately, the artwork that I can show you is basically the box artwork. I'm clicking on the wrong screen again. Fox!
I'm also slightly confused because the text says the R1 and the picture says R2.
Oh, well spotted.
And that's a lovely picture.
That's gone a bit wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a censored version.
Yes. There are 2. There's the R1 and R2. I think they've just got the wrong title on this one here. If you look at the other one is the R. Got the other one.
Michael Jackerman says, probably the most dangerous plane ever built. I can quite believe that as well. It looks like they forgot to build half of it.
Yeah, they are racing planes. It's basically an engine with a cockpit, and that's about as far as. Yeah. Let's look up the Dora Wings R2 then. Hang on, just to make sure. GB Super R2 and R1. I think they might just have the titles the wrong way around. There you go. That's the R1, which is the R2. Yes, they do the 1 and the 2. Yeah. Quite a good little kit. Quite a good little chunk of some photo etch in there as well. So why not pick them both up? There you go, 22 quid a pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brilliant, fantastic. And then what's last? Well, last of all, we have there's one last one, which is the Tamiya 135th Tank Transporter Dragon Wagon. Dragon Wagon, get my words out then. Dragon Wagon. This thing is huge. It's a proper Christmas treat special kit. It's designed for your Shermie or similar tank to go on the back. And a lot of people will get this and a tank kit. Note how on the box art it actually conveniently has the tank drawn in as an outline, just in case you're wondering.
Tank not included. Yeah.
But this is kind of a legendary Tamiya kit. It's been around for quite a while. It is a beautiful kit. Vincent can now tell us all about this. I suspect from Mr. Lowe's model making. I don't think the tank is included.
No, it's just a transporter.
Yeah, just a transporter. Yeah. Again, sadly no information, but if you know your Tamiya, you know Tamiya is just one of the best armor makers out there. I don't know how old this tooling is. It's not a particularly old kit. It's not like 1980s or anything. I don't think. But even if it was, they still make some fantastic armor and vehicles. I know Vincent's just built a tank transport. I don't think it was the Dragon Wagon though. Somebody we know has just built one of these though, Ted. And who was it? I can't remember.
I can't try to think. Certainly wasn't this one.
I know, because there are a few out there, but somebody I know has built the Dragon Wagon just recently.
Yeah, because that's the American one. We had the Scamel transport. Was it not the Pioneer? Oh crikey, I can't think of the name of it now. There's the Scamel transporter.
There are two feedbacks on here. A great kit full of detail work still in progress so far. A joy to build. And somebody else says excellent.
Okay. Well.
But yeah, it's a Tamiya kit. You're not going to go wrong, and it looks kind of awesome. And you could really kind of go post-apocalyptic future with that, as is always my way. You can really get some road warrior stuff going on here because that looks mint.
Yeah, just use a tractor. Yeah, just build a Scamel transfer.
So there's a proper Christmas list present for you to maybe gently suggest to someone if they're asking you what you want for your Christmas prezzies. So that was a picture. Is that a picture? Yeah, there we go. So yes, that's the things for this evening. So if you think you know what the theme is, there is a theme from tonight. And it's relevant to some news we've given you. Oh no, I haven't given you that news yet. So
yeah, perhaps you should have given the news first. Or you would give the wrong.
So yes, anyway, that's the thing for tonight. Tell if you want to stop it locking on me.
Wow.
So if you think you know what the theme is, put it in chat now. Go. I've got to minimise my screen.
Tim Small says Star Wars.
Yeah,
Star Wars. It's
not Star Wars.
Extra sticker if you can tell them what the
Graham
news is.
Presswood says sports. Graham
yeah.
Presswood would be spot on with sport or sports.
Yep.
Well done, Graham. The theme was sport. So well done. You've won yourself a big fat sticker. So send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and we'll get one out to you.
Are you going to tell them how the transporter fit in with
transport.
Yeah.
I gave these guys the list of all of them, and they're like, I don't get the last one. I'm like, what transport? There's got to be a wild card in there for you. Now you might be wondering why tonight's theme was sport, and that's purely because eModels are now a sponsor of Staffordshire's badminton #1, Rob Cooper. I know nothing about sport, so I can't possibly give you any information.
Badminton's like that tennis thing without the balls, isn't it?
Yeah, tennis is like tennis without. It's like tennis with feathers. Apparently, he is Staffordshire's #1 badminton playerist, Rob Cooper. They are now a sponsor of him, and he has their logo all over his gear. Apparently, Rob is entering the Badminton Masters Championship in 2018, which is about the next 2 weeks.
Yay!
So he's not got long to get that done.
Badminton's the one where you hit it really, really hard and it goes really, really slowly.
It's the one that nobody could play at school because we were all feeble schoolboys and we're like...
Unfortunately, I don't do sport because it brings you out in sweat.
I'm actually allergic to sport of all kinds. So. But yes, they are sponsoring Rob Cooper, so there you go. That's why I chose.
Stephen Rolfe says the news should have come first, really. Yeah,
yeah I know, I realised that after
we didn't think it through.
I hadn't told you that. Boo, Foxx, says Lynn Dipple. What have I done now? Trembly bottom lip.
I don't know.
Why is my dog in the kitchen, says TK?
I don't know that one either.
It could be eating onions again.
Yeah, if you know why TK's dog is in the kitchen, post your answer, and the first one to get it right gets a sticker. We'll rely on TK to tell us what the right answer is. James Chapman's in. Evening, guys, he says. Welcome, welcome.
All right, shall we have a look, see what questions everything's coming in?
I did see we had a couple of questions coming.
Yeah, we've got some sticker and mug questions. We've got that one. He's got a question for a live stream. Yes, not so much a question for a sticker or anything. Oh, yes, it is. Yes. No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I had to click on that and find out what was going on there. But yeah.
Yeah, so we do have a couple of questions that have come in for stickers and mugs and things tonight. I think the mugs are still in short supply, so
As in they haven't got any.
As in they haven't got any. A bit like the stickers, really.
It's quite short supply. Yeah.
So we'll get them to you as soon as we can. But there's still a bit of time if you've any subjects or topics that you want to bring up and talk about. Any questions on modelling? Not that we do much talking about that, but we're here for you. This is your live stream, your chat. We're just here to facilitate everything. And good chat amongst yourselves, so we'll just join in. Earl D says, is his dog eating the cat food?
Yeah, we've had a couple of suggestions. It's either food, dog food, cat food. Is he making a pot of tea?
No.
Michael Jackerman says eModels should have sponsored a darts player. Would have been on TV in the World Championship next week. Pete, mate, if you're watching, now you know.
Jamie Bone says, hi Fox's mum, and I just noticed Ted's red paint lid pop.
Oh yeah, I haven't never noticed that myself. I forgot.
Look at it there, just in shot.
Just in shot. Yeah.
Jamie also says, you might get a parcel from me in the next couple of weeks, Fox, maybe with a surprise. Cool, thank you. I know one thing Jamie's sending me, but I don't know what the surprise is. Thank you, Jamie. You're very kind. Is dog food cat food, says Meatballs and Bobbingtons.
Is dog food cat food?
What's the difference?
The thing, it's always could surprise me, dog food and cat food, because they're labelled for what they're for, whereas a lot of other food is labelled for what's in it.
Yeah, like hamster pellets.
Yeah, they're not made out of hamster.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was in Tesco today buying some hedgehog food, like you do, and I spotted hamster pellet. I'm like, all I could think was you making that point about they're not made of hamster though.
You get chicken nuggets. They're not for chickens.
Yeah, they're not made of chicken.
The chicken nuggets often are made of chicken.
Well, yeah, they probably
are. James Chapman says he has a Tamiya 112 Yamaha R1. It's a work in progress. Does anybody know if you can use the genuine motorbike touch-up pens on the kit itself without causing a problem? I shouldn't have thought the pens or the paint itself would cause a problem. It's just if you are touching up, just whether the paint will match.
I would personally, if you're talking about painting the whole thing, don't.
No.
Nothing can make a bad paint job more than using a pen. Pens are fine for little, like, in real life they're used for covering up little scratches and dings. But on a model, I wouldn't paint a hole. It's like painting. It's like building a gunpla and colouring it with Gundam markers. It's just going to look terrible.
Yeah, you do get different coloured paints for different scales as well, don't you? So
yeah,
it sounds funny that paint colours change according to the scale of the kit you're building, but it does. Yeah. So something designed for a 1-to-1 scale is not going to look right on anything smaller. It's going to be different. It's not going to match.
Yeah, plus the model paint's never going to be an exact match of the specific automotive paint anyway. And even then, having said that, having used these when we used to do detailing in my last job, touch-up paint pens generally are not exactly the same as the actual proper auto colour anyway.
Yeah,
that's an even extra level of inaccuracy. But I mean, if you're making a small scale model, a motorbike like that, get airbrushing it or rattle can it if you haven't got an airbrush. Stick to nice, smooth, gorgeous paint jobs rather than sticking it on with a pen, because pens don't work, not for anything other than tiny little details and edges and things. They just
it might not cause any technical problems, but it's not going to be quite right either.
I mean, just as an example, it's just of using a pen. I'll see if I can zoom in and lock on this a little bit, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Hang on, zoom in a bit. Where's my controls? Okay, that's there. See if I can focus on it. It's a shield from my Strike Rouge, And it's all, airbrush and brush painted, but there's a purple stripe. I've got a purple stripe on the shield here. Just on that edge of the shield. You can't really see it. It's not really...
Yeah, no, we can see that, yep.
There's a purple stripe on there. And that was done with a Uniposca paint pen, which is an artist's acrylic paint pen. It's a bit like a Sharpie, but it's just acrylic paint. And it behaves like acrylic paint. Now, in that kind of situation, that's fine, because I can get the brush, or the pen, get the nib of the pen and run it along like that at 45 degrees, and you get a nice, crisp, straight line. But if I was painting the whole shield with that, it would just be all kinds of marks where there's uneven surfaces, and it's effectively not brush marks but nib marks. It wouldn't give you a nice smooth surface. It would be impossible to get. So for things like that, they're brilliant. But for painting a whole motorbike, I wouldn't.
Dave Cardboard puts it quite well. He says, think of it this way: pens are for drawing lines, not painting areas.
Yeah. And somebody else said as well that Tamiya often base their available paints, base their decal colours on the available paints. So if you're putting decals onto Tamiya paints.
Andrew's played games. He's asking, will we ever stock zero paints? We don't know. We don't work for eModels. We do this, but email them. Ask them.
We're not direct employees, so we're not involved in the stock issue.
Just on that note, Andrew mentioned something a lot further along. He says, "Are we aware that kit boxes sometimes arrive crushed from eModels?" Yeah, as was saying, we don't actually work for eModels at the store. If you've got a problem, just drop them a line on the contact form on their web page and let them know that you've had some.
Or give them a call, or drop them an email. Sales@emodels.co.uk. With things like that, it's inevitable that at some point, whoever it's shipped through, Royal Mail or a courier, will drop something on it, drop it out the back of the van, fall over and drop it and land on it. It's going to happen from time, whatever you buy from anybody. So if you ever do have a problem with an order and it comes to you and it's been damaged, or it's been damaged in transit, anything like that, the box has been soaked through because somebody spilled a load of solvents on it in the postal warehouse, whatever's happened, just give them a shout, give them a call or an email. They'll happily get you sorted out, because that's obviously something beyond your control and beyond their control. So for zero paints, yes, if there's something, like we always say, at the moment with the warehouse they've got, there's a lot of things they want to be able to stock and they just can't at the moment because of space limitations. But they are always looking for stuff to stock. So if there's anything you want them to get in, or if you want to see if they're going to stock something, just drop them a line and give them a call, same again, and just say, hey guys, are you ever going to stock, or do you stock? Or it may well be that they've stocked it in the past and just haven't restocked yet, or that they've got plans to have it in stock at some point, like the zero paints, they're going to stock them at some point. So you never know, just give them a shout, see if they can get it in. It might be something that they might stock, but they need to know there's a demand for it. So if they see people saying, hey, can you stock? Hey, can you stock? If they get like 1,000 people saying, please, can you stock product X? They're probably going to start stocking product X. But if nobody ever mentions it, they might be like, I'm not seeing a demand for product X, whatever that might be. So yeah, if you want them to stock something, drop them an email, give them a call and ask them, can you stock it? When will you get it? And sometimes they can get stuff, even if they're not going to stock it permanently, they can get stuff just on demand. You say, hey, I want to buy this thing, can you get it? They'll be like, yeah, we can get that, no problem. As a one-off, so give them a shout.
Cool, good. Where are we up to? Right, some stickers. Should we do some questions, or should we do the gallery first?
Oh yeah, it's gallery time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gallery time.
Gallery week is the first. It's early in the month, so
yeah.
Right, gallery. As you know, each month we have a look at the gallery, where we ask you guys to post pictures of your builds. As you finish them, take a picture of them, post them to the eModels gallery. Foxx will remind us of the web address because I can't remember it.
Yes, emodels.co.uk/gallery. Basically, it's where you can upload pictures of your finished builds, and other customers and eModels followers can go and rate it out of 5 stars or how good they think it is.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a model that's come from eModels either. It could be something specific from another supplier. It could be a resin cast figure or anything like that.
Yeah, it could be completely scratch built from odds and ends around your house.
Yeah, it could even be built from matchsticks if that's what you're into or that's what you like. So it could be anything at all. Just post them on the eModels gallery. Hopefully somebody will come along and give it a 5-star rating, or they'll rate it and like it. And then that way each month we'll have a look through them all, and any that are 5-star rated we'll put them we'll consider them for a draw to win a prize. This week's prize is, we don't know because it's a surprise.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
It's a surprise.
Surprise! Hey.
yeah. We'll get eModels to choose something from the shelf and post it along to you. So each month, if you want to take part, get your picture in, and we'll consider it, and you could win a mystery prize from eModels. So without further ado, we'll go across to Lock It On Me, and then I've got to remember where I put the picture so I can share
There
it
we
with
go.
you.
Because unlike most people, what people don't know is that, like, everybody has like 18 tabs open in the browser. Ted has 18 tabs open as separate tabs in separate windows, all over his computer desktop.
But what I do need to do first is to remember to screen share.
And
So
lock
I
it
have
on
to-
you as well, Ted.
Yeah, I've locked it on, mate. So I need to share it, and then I need to go along at the bottom here.
Oh
and
dear,
find
it's
out.
everywhere. It's Inception. Oh,
Ooh. There it is.
there it is.
There it is.
Yay.
The winner this week is something that we sort of discussed. This one we really wanted to decide: is it a model? Is it not a model?
I'm not sure what the model is.
Yeah,
If you're not-
and if it was a model, what was it? But that's all put to one side, and we decided that the amount of work that's gone into this, although it doesn't look much, it just looks like a pile of rubble, which it is. Was quite outstanding. It's a Syrian roadblock, obviously in Syria at an unspecified time, and I've done a little bit of weathering bricks and things on my small diorama on my Matador truck behind me, and this takes it to another level really. There's everything in here that the modeller could ever think of. There's pigments, there's paints, there's rust, there's building, there's sort of like the can down here.
It looks like there's some barbed wire or something in there as well, doesn't it?
There's some barbed wire. There's everything there. There's the whole range of the modeller's art.
Yeah, I personally like. I know it's weird to pick on one little thing, but I often find that, because I mean, this to me is a model. To me, anything that you make that's a small version of something in real life is a model. So I'm happy to say it's a model, but. With this kind of thing where it's a part of a diorama, it's not a specific showcase of a particular thing, it's a collection of things. One thing always like draws my eye to it, and in this case, the one thing that grabbed my attention, bizarrely, was not all the wonderful sort of weathering and corrosion on the remains of the car, or all the real nice sort of crunchy bits of concrete dust and rubble, or all the what I assume are like custom made concrete breeze blocks, but that red plastic barrel in the middle looks exactly like one of those kind of red plastic barrels. It just looks like a real red plastic barrel photoshopped onto a small diorama. It just looks like the real thing in small size, and that particular one barrel just instantly made me like this picture.
I want to know the story behind it. I want to know if they started doing a car build and the car went wrong in the front half and they just threw away the front half of the car and thought they put the rest of it in a diorama, or if this was the idea from the beginning.
Well, I mean, it's titled Syrian Roadblock, so I'm assuming there's a lot more to the diorama that we can't see, or it may well be, one of a series of projects. It may well be that's the entire intention of the build, is just to create that little vignette of a thing. Because sometimes what I often like is, sometimes you'll build a model and you'll do a diorama around it. But sometimes just the diorama is just all that you need. So this is one of those situations where if this is the entire, because we don't actually know if there's more to this or not, but if this is the entire build, then it's nice because it's, like I said, there's no real focal point of a particular, it's not showing off a particular vehicle or a person or a thing happening. It's just what in most cases will be just the diorama in the background, but the diorama is the foreground because that's all there is. It's just the diorama, and I like that. I like the fact that it's a plinth without a statue, if you know what I mean. It's the plinth, but he's gone to such effort with the plinth that it stands up by itself as the piece of art. I like it.
I'm wondering if anybody can tell what car it is or was, though. Is there anyone in chat that's an expert enough to be able to say from that half a rusted out car, oh, that was a whatever?
Yeah, because it looks like an old Mercedes, but there's two like vertical bars on the back window, so I don't really know what that is. I'm not sure what that car is.
Yeah, I just like the way it sort of encompassed everything that a modeler does in the pigments and the paints and the rust effects and the dust and it looks like in the background there's some sort of painting of a roadside things like that. So yeah,
I mean, we're assuming Roblox and Assyrian Roblox is it's modern day Syria, so it's obviously based on that current conflict. We've got some comments in the chat. Let's have a look. Half a horse a model? Then Dave Cardboard says, if half a horse is a model, then surely half a car is.
Yep.
Zadster said, there's probably a kitchen sink somewhere. There is half a car there, says Alex Thorpe. Stephen Rolfe says, interesting and kind of looks real. Yeah, it is actually incredibly well done. The concrete dust is fantastic. Let's have a look. Michael Jackman says, looks like a scene from the video game The Moment of Silence. Stephen Rolfe likes the corrugated metal. Sergeant Bone says Mercedes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but it's the two vertical bars on the back window that are
just over here.
Yeah, the distorted oil drums look awesome, says Pete Rogers. It's that plastic red drum. Because you get those plastic barrels, and that's exactly what they look like. Yeah, the fading on it is perfect.
Yeah, there is a difference here between the how it's portrayed a metal barrel as opposed to a plastic barrel.
Yeah, and it's just it just looks perfect. And it just looks like that proper sort of slightly faded and covered in dust barrel.
Is the blocky? I'm pointing with my mouse, but I know you can't see it.
I've done that. It's all right.
The blocky thing on the right, is it a fridge or something, or
the one that looks like sort of like a.
Yeah, it looks to me like an old sort
like a desk or a. See, I'm thinking Fallout 4. It's a desk, and somewhere there'll be like a Robco computer on it.
No, I'm thinking it's like a fridge or a cabinet, and the feet are on the left of it.
Yeah,
so it's leaning over, falling over to its right.
I was thinking more of a workshop sort of locker.
Yeah, or a filing cabinet or workshop industrial drawer desk thing. Yeah. Got to shoot.
I always look at dioramas like this, and you're thinking, where did he get those plastic barrels from? Yeah, where did he get the traffic cone from?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got no way of knowing what scale it's in. It doesn't actually say what scale it is, does it? So.
I mean, I'm gonna hazard a guess and say it's probably 135th, 148, maybe 124th if it's a civilian car. But then again, you don't know. You see, we don't know where that could be scratch built for all we know. It could be a scratch built car. Those bars on the back window, though, that's weird. It's making me think it's some kind of weird Russian thing, like a Trabant or something. But I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't Russian, it was East.
Michael Jackman has a good question. He says, who did it?
Yes, we haven't said that, have we? Now, there is some confusion.
I'll stop sharing, by the way. I'll come back to you.
There is some confusion because the person that made this has only put their name in the system as Paul. However, their surname, their email address also includes Paul Brickles, so we guess it's somebody called Paul Brickles. If that's not your surname, well, at least you'll know who you are. Yes, so that is a gentleman called Paul, possibly Paul Brickles, who uploaded that. It's a 5-star rated build. So if you are Paul, well done, congratulations. All you need to do is send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and just say that you're Paul Brickles or whatever your actual surname is, and that you won the gallery giveaway. And we don't know what the prize is yet. But the guys at eModels will choose something nice and get it sent to you.
It will be lovely.
Yeah, so just send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. But yeah, I like that. I liked it a lot.
Phil Lewis says nobody ever knows where traffic cones come from.
No, nobody knows that at all. There's no way to know.
Yeah, in the job, we never knew where they used to go. We used to put hundreds of them out and never get them all back.
Never used to bring them back. Someone says hi, but I don't know if it's Arabic or...
Yes, there is somebody saying hello in chat, but your name's in Arabic, so apologies if we can't pronounce your name, but hello, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Good. Always something
new. That was just, I like builds like that. Now, we do actually put my words in. We do always say that we don't necessarily, when we look at somebody to win each month, we don't necessarily look at technical skill. So, in that case, the technical skill level on there is positively Japan. It's excellent, the technical skill with that build and the painting and the weathering. But don't lose heart if you're looking at that thinking, oh, I could never do something like that. I just snap things together and paint them with a stick and, jam them in some soil, and it doesn't matter. We don't necessarily take that as our first starting point. It may well be that sometimes we pick a build that's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, but sometimes we'll pick something that's a more simple build. It might be 1 month that we pick something that it's a snap together kit that someone has made, like a younger builder's made, and just put the stickers on, and that's all they've done. But if it tickles our fancy, that might win, and it's got 5-star ratings. So don't be put off if you're looking at that and thinking, oh, well beyond anything I could do. There's a lot of impressive builds in the gallery that aren't museum quality, so don't lose heart.
There's also some that are not 5 stars either.
Yeah, there are some in there that are amazing and aren't 5 stars, and it's a crying shame. So if you get a chance, do go along, eModels.co.uk/gallery, and get reviewing and get looking at other people's works.
Yeah, one thing that we did talk about as well when we were going through the gallery, one or two people do put the names and things like that on it. We just thought that if you were under 17, or if your son or daughter or whatever was under 17, was submitting the picture as well, just put their age on it, so under 17, so we can, because sometimes we look at them and we think, well, that's good.
Yeah. It always amazes me when you see a build by someone, and I'll recount a tale. I was in my local Warhammer store. I know this is Warhammer, but I went in and he was doing like a competition each month where you submit, you put your builds in and they have them, and people that come in the store vote on the best one. And I went in and he said, right, which one's your favourite one? I went, that one there is. The rest were fine, but this one was outstanding. It was like better than I could paint. I'm like, that's amazing. That's the best one. He said, everybody's voted for that one. It's fantastic. Who's the builder? He went, a 9-year-old boy. I went, whoa. And this was like Golden Demon level, better than Peachy and Duncan, better than master builders. This was the most amazing figure I'd ever seen painted, and it was a 9-year-old builder. And he'd been doing it for 6 months. He'd been painting miniatures for 6 months, making models. So yeah, if your son or daughter is a younger builder and you do upload something to the gallery, put their age on it. And don't forget, of course, eModels have their own Facebook page. eModels, I forgot what it is now. I've got it written down somewhere. eModels Ltd on Facebook. Send them an email with a photograph saying, "Hey, here's something my son built or daughter or whatever," and maybe they'll put it up on the Facebook page.
Yeah, because that's the future of modelling. We like to encourage the younger generation to get into this sort of sport, because once you teach them modelling, they'll have no money left for drugs. Yeah. Right. Well, we'll get to time.
Somebody says stickers.
Stickers.
Yeah, Bobbington says stickers.
Yeah, but it was stickers and mugs.
Yeah, but he also says, "I need a mug."
They're in short supply, but we'll get your name put on the list.
Yeah. Well, the trick, meatballs and Bobbingtons, you have to answer fast and first and correct.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's the important thing.
Yes. Right. So before we start asking questions, you know what you need to do. You need to refresh your browsers and drag the thingy to the right. And the one thing I've learned on YouTube, and we need to do this when we do this, is give guys time, because I've noticed that when you refresh the screen and drag the thing to the right, it kind of sticks to your mouse pointer, and you have to do it like 6 times.
Well, so there's a little thing that says live that you can click on that, and it will take you right to the edge.
But it goes like
sometimes.
I have to drag it. So I always give it extra 15 seconds.
So if you can't hear us saying this now, you're not live.
Well, they might hear us say that in 10 minutes' time when they're 10 minutes behind.
Well, that's not now though. That's then.
I know, but they don't know that.
It's 10:47.
The time sponsored by Accurate. 10:47.
Beep.
3 seconds.
Beep.
Precisely.
No. It just beep, beep, beep. The long tone is for the BBC time.
Oh, that's the radio thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bobbington says, "I dragged my thing to the right, but I got it hurt." That was the wrong thing. Right, are we doing a question each?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got 3 things to do, haven't we, normally? Is there 3 questions? Have we got questions?
Emails as read now, so I don't know which ones to win.
I was watching a programme last night, actually, and I thought, that would be a brilliant question to ask, and then I completely forgot what the answer. I completely forgot. Yeah, it was actually something about world's worst Christmas, or the worst Christmas, whatever happened to Christmas.
You should have emailed it to yourself.
Yeah, I didn't know. Maybe you don't know that there was a Christmas Star Wars.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Star Wars
Christmas
Christmas special. Yeah, nobody talks about it.
Yeah, Ted, you should know that we know about the Christmas Star Wars.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, they did say it. They did say it last time.
There is also a Star Wars Christmas album.
Uh,
They did a CD, which is pretty bad as well.
Now, Muppets, the Muppet Show album, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, they did say on this program last night that nobody ever talks about it.
No, you're not allowed to talk about it.
Nobody ever mentions it.
Yeah,
You have to have watched it once, but then
Rebecca
that's
has
it. You
no
never
children.
never watch it again.
how
There is no
Harrison Ford's career survived the Christmas special.
I don't think he was in it.
Yeah,
He avoided it somehow. I don't know how he got away with that.
yeah.
But,
Yeah.
right, shall I ask a question for something?
go on.
What shall we?
Yes.
I'll pick the first one that came in at random.
Well, they all came in at random, technically.
Okay, that's quite a good question actually. I like that.
Which one are you doing?
I'm going to do the one from Dave at Butcher That Model.
Okay, I'm just going to delete the email that I sent in, because that's... don't need that now.
Right, so assuming everybody's ready by now and up to date and
Yes.
ready with it, what are we giving away first?
I don't know, what do you want to give away, Chris?
I don't know. Can we? You'll start gentle and build our way up. So we'll start with a small sticker.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Okay, small sticker. Dave sent in the question and the answer, but no address, so he obviously doesn't need another sticker. So right, we have a question, and it's topical. It's very topical. The question is, Foxx was born on the 5th of the 12th, 1971. So the 5th of December, 1971.
And my social security number is...
His mum's name is Mama Fox. No. What was number 1 in the UK music charts on the day he was born? Go.
Oh, God.
Oh,
So
I don't actually know, but I'm going to guess it's going to be like...
Fox doesn't remember. I wouldn't guess because it might be right. So what was number 1 in the UK music charts on the 5th of December,
Is it going to
1971?
be something bad like Shawaddy Waddy or something?
It's going to be something actually not too bad at all.
Is it not? I don't know.
Have you not looked at it? Have you not looked at the
yeah.
email?
Are we taking this? Are we taking the group or the whole thing?
I think the song or the band might be...
Yeah, I think we'll just go for the first one, which has already been answered.
Dad, you're allowed to... Oh, you're a mod, aren't you? Can you?
Speedy Q8 has answered with Slade. And he can't remember the song.
Yeah.
The answer that Dave's put in is Slade, 'Cause I Love You. I'm not sure if that is the name of the song or he's just saying that he loves Fox.
Because I love you.
But yes, well done, Speedy Q8. You've won a small sticker.
1970.
Remember, if you do win something, just send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and say, I won A, and then
Tell us what you want.
I'll delete that one because we've done that one now. So yes.
So you won a small sticker, big sticker, or manga.
Phil East says, "Hey hey, we're the monkeys."
Roadie Hobby says, and Fox has to sing it. I don't know the words. Also,
I can't-
copyright can't.
I don't know. I don't know. I only know one Slade song because
Every
everyone knows.
person who lives in the British Isles knows one single Slade song. One single Slade song. And imagine being in a band and your entire legacy is one single song.
Yeah, but it's one song that's got to have made you a fair bit.
Yeah, it's one song that you're not happy. You're happy that it's the only one because it's the one that's played every single year at Christmas. As they should, says Spid. Shall I do the next one?
Okay, go on then.
Are we working up to a big sticker or a mug?
Let's do a big sticker, and then
Big sticker,
Ted
big
can do a mug at the end.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. What's this one? Okay, I've got a question from M1KS. Oh, it's a Speedy Q8. There you go.
Oh yeah. I didn't realise that either.
Okay, so here's one from Spid. Bizarre coincidence. This is for a big sticker. He says, having just gotten... I like the fact he used the word gotten. I like that word. Having just gotten a resin printer, I found it uses a clear sheet called an FEP sheet. What is FEP an acronym of? Go. You have to Google this.
I assume we're not too worried about spelling.
Yeah, no, don't worry about the spelling too much. It's a plastic Speedy case. I know the answer to this one. It's kind of
Because he never wins anything.
Yeah, he's not going to win another sticker.
Foxtrot. What's E stand for?
Echo.
Echo, that's it. Foxtrot Echo. I forgot that. Foxtrot Echo Papa. I can't believe I forgot my
Phonetic
phonetic
alphabet.
Alpha Bravo Charlie.
Flipping egg pony, isn't it? That's it.
And the first answer is Anders Eriksson, who says fluorinated ethylene propylene. Well done. It is in fact fluorinated ethylene propylene. And unfortunately, or rather sadly, SpideyQ8 actually spelt it wrong.
Did he?
Because he called it floutinated ethylene propylene.
It might be. How do we know it's not?
How do you flautinate?
Fascinated.
So well done, Anders. You won yourself a big sticker. So I sent them an email, ted@emodels.co.uk, and tell Ted you won a big sticker.
Yep.
Carl does say that he looked up the number one song and it was Ernie the Fastest Milkman in the West. It may well have been, but we go off whatever answer is in the email. We don't do the research.
Yeah. Because we don't. Yeah.
We just get the email and say that's the question, that's the answer. So yeah, it may well be that was. I have to say, in my mind, I thought to myself, for some reason, I was thinking of Benny Hill. I don't know why. Anyway, but yes, we go off whatever's on the email that's sent to us. So you have to blame whoever sent it in for being wrong.
Someone must have got it right because someone guessed it right. So
maybe it was like in the middle of a week and it changed.
Maybe.
What day was Top of the Pops on?
What day was your birthday? What day were you born on?
No,
Any savants in the audience that can do it without using it?
Wasn't the two? Didn't there used to be two charts? Or wasn't the BBC? There was I
think the official chart was the BBC Radio.
Was there?
There was
When did Top of the Pops start?
Top of the Pop.
Top of the Pops has been going since like.
Dave Cardboard says Top of the Pops Thursdays. And Zesta says I think back then there were several charts. Quite
possibly. Chart changed on Tuesdays.
And someone else, Lorna said charts came out on a Sunday.
Yeah, they did because you used to remember you used to listen to the charts on the radio with your finger over the record and play button, so you could try and.
That was my. I was never into the music. So that was my brothers that did that. I've actually got a lot of cassettes somewhere that have got like top 40 written on them.
Yeah, top 40. You try and miss out the DJ's voice. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's it. They did come out on Sunday. You used to get it on Sunday night, didn't you?
Phil Kett says the 5th of the 12th, 71 was a Sunday, so the BBC chart would have been published that day.
So it could be either or.
But yes, depends what time of day and when did they give the chart out.
We go off whatever.
You have to listen. You have to listen to Pick of the Pops on a Saturday now and then see what chart on this day.
Yes. Yes, we don't check the veracity or accuracy of the answers provided to us. We just read them out like automatons. Right, you're giving a mug away, Ted?
I'll give it a mug away. Yes, we're giving a mug away. Yeah, the official
version.
You're very bloomy for some reason tonight, Ted. Yeah.
It's because you've got your light right in front of you pointing at you. That's
why. What I usually have it bounce off the wall, but I've changed everything around. So
it's like me if I hold that up there near the light, it blooms, but you can't see it. But yes, we don't know if they've got more mugs in stock yet.
We haven't heard anything, no.
No, so as we've said over the last few weeks, if you do win yourself a mug, there'll be a few people who are waiting for mugs and have been for the last few weeks. They're keeping your name in a list because they ran out of mugs weeks ago and they're waiting for the new mugs to come in. And we think they might be a version 3, but we don't know for sure. But we've got the version 2. Version 3 might have like, I don't know,
it might come with coffee in it
or something.
Well, I've got double.
Can you imagine if they did travel mugs?
Have you got 2 2s?
I've got 2. I've got version 1. Version 1. It's just got the green.
I couldn't see the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I think I've got 2 version 2s for some reason. I think they sent me one and I managed to snag one in the store and I was. I don't know why. I don't know how. Can I have a mug? Yeah, go on. Okay, cheers. But yeah, I think I've got 2 2s and a 1. But yes, we don't know when they're going to have them back in stock. They're waiting for them. But it might be a version 3, might not.
Yeah.
Version 3 has coffee in it, says Roadie Hobby.
Come with a sachet of coffee, they could send you a free
They put a bit of cling film over the top when they send it through the post.
Yeah, but then what happened is SpideyQ8 will win a mug of coffee, a mug with coffee in it and send it back because it's not proper coffee and it'll be disgusting.
Right, yes. Right, question for the mug. The question this week has come from Stephen Hill Harris. He says, hello, Chris and Ted and Foxx.
Hello.
Is everybody refreshed, by the way?
Because, refresh your page.
Yeah, they did a while ago.
Pray silence for Ted's question.
Right, yeah, right. Should refresh by now. Question. It's a railway type question. The BR9220 Evening Star was the last steam locomotive on British Railways. What year was it completed? So what year was the Evening Star railway locomotive completed? Go.
Spid says he'll post the coffee back in a jiffy bag and keep the mug.
Yeah. Rhodey says the version is with gin. I don't know the answer to this.
Right. I haven't looked at the answer either.
Speedy Q says 1960, which is the answer which I've got here. Stephen Hill Harris has even included a link to it. 1960.
Well, there we go.
So Speedy Q8. Well done.
TK's a little bit further out when he says 12.
12. Yeah, 12. So Spid, well done. You need to send a separate email for the mug, because what we do is we send the mug emails to the guys at eModels, because they send out the mugs, and we keep the emails for stickers for ourselves, because we send out the stickers. So send a separate sticker for the mug, please, if you would, Spid.
And as we said before, don't worry if you don't get your mug sort of the next day's post. You stick it in the next day's post, because we wait a little while till they all bulk up, and then we send them out en masse. That's when we get some stickers sent from the guys at eModels.
Yeah. Ted and I are actually running out of stickers, so at the moment we've got a bit of a list of people to send stickers out to, because we haven't got any stickers. Pete, mate, send some out. Spid says his Google Fu is strong. Also his strange, strong, powerful, fast internet, given that he lives in the arse of beyond somewhere in Scotland.
Yeah.
Google Fu is strong.
Making Model says Google Fu, you can get cream for that.
Yeah.
Well done.
He says if we do send him a cup of coffee, and he'll send us some beans back by return protest.
Yeah. Remember as well, just on about eModels and the questions and things like that. Sometimes you'll have a question that'll pop into your head midweek. Don't wait until Monday night. You can email it to ted@emodels.co.uk at any time, and we'll just hold them in store until the Monday night comes up. So
not only the questions for mugs and things, but general questions or
talking
points as well.
Talking points.
Note, we have a general question that came in on on Friday.
Do we?
From Robert Hyam.
All right.
He says, "Hi, can you help?" He says, "I find painting small details by brush difficult." I don't know if he's expecting an email response to this, but we'll do it on air. We say, "I find painting small details by brush difficult. I can airbrush okay, but when I brush paint the small details, it requires several coats to ensure a good coverage. I use mainly Vallejo paints and primer." It's easy to fix. The trick is, it depends how transparent the paints are, and it depends how thin you're putting them on. And it also depends what kind of brush you're using as well. So 3 things. If you're using Vallejo paints, if you're using something like the model, it depends which one. If you're using, say, the game colours, or there's Vallejo model paints, there's Vallejo game colour, and there's Vallejo air. Vallejo air are quite thin. So if you're brush painting those, it may well take more coats than normal, because they are quite thin and quite transparent. The Vallejo game are kind of between a little bit thicker. Some of them are quite dense pigment, so you can do it in 1 or 2 coats. Some of them are quite thin, and it'll take quite a few coats. And Vallejo model colours, they can vary between dense and transparent, so it depends on the colour. But some will just go down, no problem, and you get 1 or 2 coats. Some you have to build it up. What I would say is, you want to be using a wet palette if you can, just to keep the paints hydrated, so that will help them go on easier. And if they are going on a bit too thick, don't thin them a lot. With a lot of the Vallejo paints, if you put it on your wet palette, there's enough water in your wet palette that you can then brush it straight from that. You don't have to add extra water to thin them. So that should be thinning them enough to then paint them onto your model. But some colours will be more transparent. If you're painting, for example, a yellow, yellow and white are the worst colours. White because it's a pain in the bum anyway, but yellow is a horrible colour to paint with because it's quite transparent. The trick is to what colour you put underneath. If you start with a black primer and you're trying to brush paint, say yellow is quite transparent, you're going to get this horrible greeny yellow colour. What you might want to do is, if you're good at airbrushing, then if you can, you've got your primer on there, and you say using the paint that is quite transparent, like a yellow, or some whites can be quite transparent. Start with a neutral colour underneath first that gives you good coverage, like a grey or a tan colour, something like that. Then when you're brushing the yellow over the top, it's not going to be trying to go over a black base or a black primer.
Yeah, I had trouble yesterday trying to brush orange over a black and it really wasn't coming to many layers, and you could still see the black through it. If I used a lighter colour primer, then it would have been much easier.
Yeah, so it does depend on the paint itself. Some paints will be thick and dense with pigment, and some won't. Do try other brands of paints as well. If you want really dense, opaque paints, the Vallejo Mecha Colour paints. It's not a big range.
I was just going to give a shout out to the Mecha colours.
Yeah, the Mecha Colour paints, they have this they're actually quite tough and durable because they're designed for mechas like Gunpla, where they've got flexible joints and stuff. But they are really dense pigments, so you can pretty much brush on one coat, and that will give you the coverage. As an example, I painted this, which you can't really see, but this is painted with the Vallejo Mecha Colour purple, and it's one very thin coat of purple on top of a black primer, and you can't tell because it's just blocked in the purple perfectly. I was going to do I did some pre-shading on it to try and get dark and light areas. One very light airbrush coat of that, and it just covered up everything. It just hid everything. It's so dense, the pigment.
There's probably a better. Or I'll just try and zoom in a bit on that to show you what's what. I shall zoom in there. There we go.
Oh, it's a spoon.
Spoons, 2 spoons in fact.
Do you want to lock on Chris, Ted?
I primed a spoon in white and a spoon in black, and obviously one side is just the primer. The other side is a very pale green from the Gunpla build, and that's airbrushing just one coat, and you can't tell what the primer is underneath it. From that, on the other side there's a couple of different greens as well that I did, and again it's just airbrushing one coat on, and the colours are identical, irrespective of the primer you used, and just one coat. So that's the Mecha Colour. Just came through really nicely.
And they're quite nice to brush as well. So
I didn't try brushing them, but yes, I'm sure they work very well for that.
So it does depend on the paint, and depends on the colour as well. Some colours are always... You'll never meet a model maker who doesn't curse yellow and white, for a start. Some of the Vallejo metallics, like the Glorious Gold, I find that a pick to paint with, it takes about 4 coats. Some of the Vallejos do take a few coats. So just use a wet palette. You can either buy one or make one for dirt cheap. Use that, let that thin your paints for you. But going over with lots and lots of very thin coats is never a problem, because at the end of the day, you'll get the coverage. You'll just have a very nice smooth coat of paint.
TK's internet's playing up, so he's going for tonight. Good night, TK. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Michael Jackerman's going to bed. It's bedtime for him.
I think it's bedtime for everybody.
It looks like everybody's heading to bed.
Spiddy Q8 seems to be quite excited that I've got some spoons out.
Spoons!
Spoons! Yep.
Right, I think as everybody's sort of deciding it's about time we all went to bed, so we call last orders. So
somebody did ask about your submarine, Ted, a while ago.
Right, yeah, the submarine, yeah, it is back on track. I finished the model in the background, the AEC Matador. I finished that, all bar sort of bits of detail and things like that, which I'll do in my own time. I spent most of yesterday trying different camera angles and lighting and things like that. You might notice things are a little bit different today. So I'm hoping that this week I can maybe start filming again. The Scammell, Nicholas says, ask about the Scammell. I haven't started that. I haven't got a time frame for starting that yet either. But I'll let you know as that comes along. But yes, the submarine. Hopefully, he says, cross fingers. Hopefully, if everything goes right, I should start filming it again this week. So look out for that. So,
it's almost finished, isn't it?
Yes. Unfortunately, yeah, it's about the stage this was at when I put that on the shelf. It's almost there. It just needs all putting together now. So yeah, we haven't got that much to do, but hopefully we'll. This has got the mojo going again, so we'll see something done. Shortly.
Have you found your mojo again, Ted?
Yeah, I think we've found it.
Was it down the back of the sofa?
Yeah, it was lost. Yes.
Moved a pea in there. It was.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get it going. But that's it. I think that's it for this week. Yep, all time to go to bed. The wife's glaring at me from across the room.
Has she been sitting there quiet the last 2 hours, just glaring at you?
Yeah, she had the telly on. Yeah, she's just trying to lip read. Sort of.
Get her to just take up crochet or knitting or something, so she can do something while if you can't watch telly.
Yeah.
Furiously crochet in the corner. In
Yeah.
anger.
Knitting loudly.
At you. Not with
Angrily.
you, at you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for joining in tonight, and we hope to see you all next week for more mirth, mayhem, and whatever else we can think of for doing that week. Don't forget, if you've got any pictures that you want to upload to the eModels gallery, put them in. If you have any questions that you think of between now and next week, get them in as well. ted@emodels.co.uk, and anything else that you want, anything that you've seen in what's in store tonight, don't forget, slap it in your basket.
Slap it in your basket.
Slap it in your basket.
Yeah,
but
it's not yours until you check
it out. Yes, good.
Lynn Dipple says, had a great time. Glad I could actually make it.
Yes.
Glad you could make it.
So we'll all go and dash off to the green room now to celebrate Fox's forthcoming birthday and have a drink and everything else.
I've eaten spicy noodles all day. I need to dash up to the bathroom.
Yes. So as Fox's stomach's starting to rumble now, I think it's a safe time to call it night. And wish you all well, and we'll see you all next week. So good night, everybody. Good night. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
You've got the